Hello and welcome to the Easy Allies podcast in the middle of August. My birthday's in 3 days. I'm not excited about it. I am Michael Huber. We are Easy Allies, and this is the Easy Allies podcast, joined by none other than Daniel Bloodworth.
Hello.
Michael Damiani.
How's it going, everyone?
Going well, dude. In the control room, making it all happen, Don Casanova.
Hello, hello, hello.
And right behind him, Gabby Montu.
Mm-hmm.
Bloodworth, you have some things to talk about real quick?
Yeah.
Some things to pitch?
Yeah.
Or something?
Well, first of all, just so everyone knows, Isla's out this week,
Yes.
but we did record a thing with her about Tiny Bookshop. Mm-hmm. So that will be in the episode later, but she's not here for the rest of the episode. Mm-hmm. So look forward to that. But yeah, the thing I wanted to talk about, we already announced it on the socials, but if you haven't heard yet, we have now opened up YouTube memberships.
Oh.
So this is sort of in between like a Twitch sub and a Patreon thing. But basically, yeah, so if for whatever reason Patreon doesn't work for you or Twitch doesn't work for you, you can now subscribe to our channel on YouTube.
Great.
So it's basically youtube.com/easyallies/join.
It's excellent.
We're keeping it simple for right now. There's a $5 tier, and there's a $400 shout out tier.
One of the lows and the highs.
Yeah. So if you want to get down the shout outs, you can do it there, but it's going to be cheaper to do it on Patreon because YouTube takes a bigger cut than Patreon. And so if you become a YouTube member, you will get the loyalty badges and you will get the emotes, and the more people that join, the more emotes that we get, just like on Twitch. But because YouTube takes a higher cut than Patreon, what we're going to do is we will give you early access to the podcast, but the extended cut stays on the patrons. So
Excellent.
you want those 2 bonus questions, you still have to become a patron for that. The fun thing, and the reason we're jumping in right now, which, you're like, why is this happening right now? This is random. YouTube gave us a bonus offer.
Oh.
So basically, you can force YouTube to give us money.
This sounds like some casino promo or
The
something.
first 100 people that join the channel membership, YouTube will give us an extra $8. So you pay
Sick.
$5, we get $3.50 of that $5,
Great.
but then we get another $8 on top of that.
That's legit.
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy.
That's good. Everybody wins.
Yeah, free money.
That's awesome.
And then there was an upfront $800 that we got just for turning it on.
Oh,
So,
well, there you go.
yeah.
A little behind the scenes, y'all. Some YouTube memberships.
Yeah, so go check that out.
That helps everyone.
Yeah, it helps us, and like we said, like it's been a rough, it's been a rough couple of years, really, and so any way that you can help us out is very much appreciated.
No doubt.
Yeah, we're coming up on some things. We're like, who knows where things will go, but this will definitely help us.
Heck yeah. Thanks, y'all. Whatever you can do. All right. Let's get into the podcast. We're going to talk about stuff. Not a lot of game impressions hands-on this time.
We've actually been doing game impressions, but we've been busy with game impressions that are for next week
I know.
while we're gone.
So many embargoes. So many good things to talk about. It is the calm before the game's calm. Coming up real soon. Keely's been dropping little
Yep.
teasers and things. And
He said
saw
something about the
Fallout's
show
gonna be
is
there.
starting with blood, and then people tagged me.
sorry, the blood. That sounds like Mortal Kombat, dude.
You
It's like
know what? It could be.
Blood is like
It
synonymous
actually
with
could be
Mortal
because
Kombat.
it looked like a 2. So they did a Mortal Kombat 1. Are they going to do a Mortal Kombat 2?
And Mortal Kombat 1's on like PS Plus coming up.
Yeah.
There's always that weird timing with things.
Okay.
Could be.
Oh, and the Mortal
That
Kombat
seems a
2
little
movie,
quick.
Or it
too.
could
That
be-
seems a little
Top of rock.
fast.
Has Night Dive done Blood yet?
Oh.
Have they remastered Blood? Like
that
actual
could
Blood?
be, That could be.
Yeah, I mean, they've been doing everything.
I don't know how they do so many projects.
I know, they're out of
Night Dive is
control.
just like cranking things out.
They are.
Okay.
Yes. So, yeah, we're just, like Blood said, we're just prepping all that stuff for the coming weeks. But we're just going to blast through the news today. A little more news-focused episode. Some highlights, not everything. but because we're going to be talking a little about a lot.
Right.
First up, geez, Woochi the Wayfarer was revealed.
Heck yeah.
Souls-like hype.
I
They're not
don't
even
think it's
Souls-like.
I don't think it's Souls-like, but we don't really know yet.
They're saying it's like Black Myth Wukong style, maybe.
Who's saying that? We don't know anything.
Every
The press
website
release
is
said-
like, it looks like a Souls-like, man. What do you want from me?
All right. People are just making nonsense. The press release gives you no reason to think there will be anything Souls-like
bud.
about it.
All right, bud. Well,
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see any details about
Yeah.
that.
Just what
would
everyone's
make
saying.
you think that. Yeah,
This is what everyone's saying. What do you
it
want
says
from me?
action adventure game. That's about
Yeah.
it.
What do you want from me?
Actually, we'll get into it.
Genres are stupid anyway.
Because I'm thinking Witcher more than that, anyways. But
It
Witcher.
definitely has some like horror vibes I got when I watched the trailer.
We're not actually. We've thrown Dawn off because we're supposed to be doing the highlights for the rundown. We're already rolling.
That was you. Well, that was because you freaked out about me calling it a Souls-like, blood.
I thought we were
I
talking
said
about
we.
Woochi.
No, we're not actually. We're just in the intro still.
Oh, pardon me. That's one long intro.
Something Halo is coming to Helldivers 2. We live in the crossover era. There have been a couple cool Jurassic Park updates, which is
out.
awesome, Don, because I have some Rebirth and franchise questions for you. So don't let me forget.
All right.
We got a first look at TMNT in VR, another avenue for the Turtles to grace us with their presence.
So many Turtles games.
Yeah. We did shoot a little Tiny Bookshop promo earlier, not promo, hands-on earlier with Isla and Blood. And Don also checked out 30 Days on Ship, that game that was shown like so long ago, I remember, about cracking cargo containers. It's that one, right?
Long time coming. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
waiting on that. So nice to get a taste at least.
Yeah. Before we get started, though, real important business, more than video games.
Mm-hmm.
Damiani got some kittens, dude.
Oh yeah.
Show them. Show them.
So they're like
Show 'em.
sleeping.
Show 'em.
Okay, don't show them.
okay.
Don't wake them
Oh,
up.
I'm gonna try with the camera real quick again.
Hmm,
1 second. Let me show myself. Let me video settings. Let me unblur. So I'm gonna try this. Oh, other laptop needs to be closed.
Oh, there we go. We can see them. Viewers can see them. They're on the
Aw.
the cat tree.
Cat cam, everyone.
They
Cat
are
cam.
sleeping right now.
If I come back, I want to come back as a cat. Seems like the best life.
Well, the good thing is they're sleeping kind of like close to each other, so they've been like getting more friendly.
Great.
Nice. Bonds.
They came home last night. They went to the vet today as well. My vet was like, and their staff were like really excited to meet them. And they were like, literally like one by one, each of the staff members came in and like wanted like to play with them. I was like, yay. But they're doing very well. The gray, I thought they were both short hairs, but the vet was telling me that the gray one is probably going to be medium hair, and that the orange one might actually be a long hair. And when they fully hit adulthood, the gray one's a female, and her name is Jessie.
Jesse, like
we
Final
are-
Fantasy.
Yes, Jessie from Final Fantasy VII.
Nice.
And then we're bouncing around 3 different names for the male orange tabby. We have in the running, we have Reno, which is like the original one I wanted to go with. We have now Wedge.
You're out of
because-
control, man.
Well, because also like it's orange tabby, so you could say like a wedge of cheese to like normies. Because you gotta have like the name has to also like make sense to normies, or they're gonna be like weirded out by it.
Right.
So, but I mean, Reno, like they'll just be like, oh, like Reno, Nevada, but they'll be like, why? And it's
Yeah.
like, okay. And then like I like the name Sid, and someone else, one of the staff said like, they get the Final Fantasy VII naming conventions. They're like,
Yeah.
do you want to name it Sid? But like it's personality wise, like I kind of want to match them up. Now the gray tabby, she is a fireball of energy. Like first 5 minutes she was here, you're supposed to like keep them in another room. She was like out. She's like, nope, I want out. I want to explore everything. I'm running around everything. I was like, I wonder how like what they can get access to. It's been a while. I know they're going to be able to get to more stuff than my past cat Cloud could get to in his old age. And they were like, within 10 minutes established nothing is off limits. Like they can reach anywhere. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, I did a lot of cat proofing, but oh crap, they could get all the way up to like my top of my fridge and stuff. I was like, yeah, okay. But yeah, they the orange one was a little bit more shy at first, but has since come out of their kind of like their shell and is just as playful and just as energetic. And yeah, I got them like, toys. The spring ones, the vets gave me these spring ones, and now those are their new favorite ones. They just like bat them between each other, and then they go flying into like random corners under the couch and stuff. So I have to like go get them again. Sorry, my arm is like supporting that. Like I'm free supporting that. I was like, okay, my arm is a little tired now. I'm actually shocked I have not gotten up, but kind of fortunate because if they do get up at some point, the orange one loves to meow right now and will not stop meowing. So at some point, if you start hearing meows, it's just gonna be unavoidable. He just likes to meow.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, they were from they're like roughly 3 months old each, a little over 3 months old.
Nice,
and
perfect.
Yeah, got them from a local rescue group that was recommended by my vet. Wanted to wait till I got back from a family vacation because I was gone for pretty much like a week, and didn't want and also wanted to wait when I got back from LA from SGF. So I tried looking like when I got back from SGF, but it was kind of crazy. It was really hard finding kittens. Like cats, there's like plenty of cats in shelters if you want to, like there's too many cats in shelters, unfortunately. But kittens, they just go very fast because everyone wants a kitten because they're so cute and adorable. Yeah. And so early on when I was applying, I was just like constantly missing out. They're like, oh, you weren't the first to apply and someone else was ahead of you. And they ended up saying yes and they're going to adopt the cat. So I was like, oh, wow, this is like as competitive as getting like a GPU or something. Jeez. Yeah. It's like not to compare the two like that, but it was like kind of stressful. But anyway, this local group, like my vet, called them again. It was like, oh, like this guy's really like good with cats. You should like, the next set you get, you should try like, reaching out to them first. So they did for this litter. And then the gray one actually wasn't a part of the litter. I thought she was already pre-adopted, and they were like, wait, no, she's not pre-adopted yet. I'm like, really? I was like, ooh, because I thought she went to a family. But she immediately, like when I met her for the first time, like she just ran up to me and like wanted to play with me. So I was like, all right, you like you're coming home.
Nice. Nice.
And then of the litter of 5 that I met with the orange male tabby, he was the one who like first warmed up to me and like let me like give him like pets under his chin and let me like pet him and stuff. So like he definitely like warmed up, and like everyone who's seen him so far has been like they find his face adorable, and I was like, yeah, he's a cute face. But like the vets was like the one of the technicians at the my vet who like oversaw like Cloud pretty much exclusively like during his time that he would visit there, which is pretty much weekly when he was still around. The orange tabby just like planted themselves in her lap and like just kind of like slept there the whole time. I was like, that's pretty nice. Like I thought he was gonna like he was hiding because he was kind of scared. Then he like, came out and was very well behaved. But yeah,
they're well withstood.
I didn't get any sleep last night, so that is it was a mixture of anxiety because I was like, I just don't know what they can get into, and I had to wait for them to like kind of like go down themselves, and then I went to sleep, and then like woke up, like I only got like 2 hours and woke up, and like as soon as I perked up my head just a tiny bit, they immediately like perked up and like, oh, it's wake up time, zoomies time. I was like, oh.
Zoom.
So yes, very very little sleep, but that's okay. Yeah,
sounds like it's going really well.
Yep. So
well, what's next for like cat proofing? Like what are you gonna do now?
So the only thing that they have not technically been in my bedroom because I spent a lot of effort getting the bed I have to prevent previously Cloud and Tifa from getting under it, because you really don't want cats to get under your bed because they can get very difficult to get out of there when they don't want to get out. Plus they claw at the bottom of your bed and stuff, which is not good for your bed, but also not good for them because they can get stuff that they can like start chewing on, like, and it becomes stringy sometimes, which is just dangerous to them. So I have this massive like wooden frame on the bottom that like is like goes around the whole thing except the back. The back isn't like the frame is solid but not at the bottom. But I can't put it flush against my wall because there's a stupid like bottom, like the lower third of the wall, less than the lower third, but like the bottom few inches has like this like kind of like indenture out as part of like the style of like the wall. And I can't get it to go against it, and because how small they are, they can easily get back there. So I'm like, I have to figure out something about how to deal with that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want them to get under there, because this bed would be even harder to get them out of. But anyway, yeah, they hopefully once I figure that out, they'll be able to come into the bedroom, and then that will be pretty much the whole apartment. Yeah, I mean, Vet recommended me new stuff because it's been like forever since I've had kittens. So
Yeah.
a lot of stuff's a little bit easier. Like the food is easier, like not as much like effort to get them to eat, and yeah, that they are a lot of fun playing with them too. They're pretty. Yeah, I'm surprised they're sleeping. Like
Yeah, they're
they
chilling.
sleep around. Yesterday they slept around this time too, and then they will be up in the evening again. So
Night owls.
Yep.
Love it, dude. Congrats.
Thank
Cats rule.
you.
Cats and
Yep.
dogs, the best.
I'll share more stuff like I'll probably on Blue Sky. I haven't posted anything on there in forever, but I wanted to wait till like at least the podcast, for people to like see them. But I got some like better photos and stuff.
Sick.
Sorry, yeah, I can't move the camera any closer to them without disconnecting it, sadly. But
All good.
Yeah.
Love it, dude. Shout out. I haven't had cats in a while, man. It's been a minute. I usually rotate cat, dog, cat, dog, cat, dog. I don't have anything right now.
oh,
but-
interesting, yeah. That's nice though,
Yeah.
to have a mix of that. My rest of my family is like more dog people,
Mm-hmm.
especially since my mom's like allergic to cats. But even she thought the orange one was it's super cute. And then my 6-year-old, who will soon be 7-year-old nephew, is supposed to come over at some point in the next 2 to 3 days because he's super into, he knew Cloud and loved Cloud. So like he's like, wait, he's like, Uncle Mike's getting kittens. He's like, oh, that's so adorable. I have to go see them. I was like, oh, yep. And then my niece turning 3, she is, oh God. Yeah. She's more into cats than any, she's a cat fiend. So it's
Love
like,
that.
oh, great.
Hey, Damiani, Screaming Argonaut, our moderator extraordinaire, wanted to remind you that we've got a Pet Picks channel on our Discord, and
That's
we would
true.
love if you posted a few up there if you get a chance.
Sure, I'll throw some in there. I just wanted to I'll do it. I don't need to explain why not. I just literally got them. I was like, I don't need to. I was like, no delusion of attention just yet. Like I want them to still settle in and stuff. And I was like, I'm a little too tired to reciprocate to any like postings and stuff right now. I was like, I'll be better in a day or two.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you. Very wholesome. Great way to start this podcast. Another good way to start a podcast is with a game announcement.
Heck yeah.
Don't call it a Souls-like or Blood will be pissed. Woochi the Wayfarer has been revealed. Could be like Stellar Blade, could be like Eliza P, could be like Wukong, who the hell knows?
Could be like Onimusha.
Could be like Onimusha.
Like,
Could be like Ninja Gaiden.
yeah.
Who knows? Action adventure game, high-end PC and consoles. Set in traditional Korean culture and mythology, the Joseon era. I think that's when one of my favorite Korean shows of all time, Kingdom, takes place. It's a like a old zombie Korean show. It's awesome, dude. Kingdom on Netflix. Check it out. I think it was canceled though because of COVID.
Wait, this game? Did we list this game's composer already?
We're about
getting
to.
there. We're getting there.
Go ahead. This is
Yeah,
insane.
it is single player story game, Korean fantasy, world beset by monsters and magic. So like fantasy, dark stuff. Like in this trailer, this guy's fighting, eventually she turns into like some beast. Looks really crazy.
Yeah, she's a shaman that, kind of goes full on beast mode.
Yeah. It's an original story inspired by the tale of John Woochi, a classic Korean novel. Following the adventures of John Woochi, who uses his powers to fight injustice and, the best part, trick the corrupt. Love that. In the trailer, it's Woochi facing off against Mayoin, a mysterious shaman. And like Damiani just alluded to, the soundtrack is inspired by traditional Korean music and composed by Jung Jae-il, the acclaimed musician behind the soundtracks of Parasite and Squid Game.
Yeah.
So, not much really.
This is like very like, yeah, like to me, maybe not gameplay wise, but it feels very like Witcher-esque. You know,
Feels more like Wukong to me, but sure.
okay.
Place your bets.
Because you've got this guy wandering about like tackling monsters and all that.
Yeah.
And the other thing being that it being based on like that original like novel and stuff too.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
So, and them talking about leaning into the mythology and stuff, because that was the other thing that like was really cool about
That really helped Wukong propel.
Witcher 3 is
Yeah.
like all of this like culture, mythology, like all of these things that, you know, of Eastern Europe that I just had never been exposed to before, right?
Yeah.
And so I think we could get some similar things there.
It's published by Nexon,
Yeah, published by Nexon.
but developed by Lore Vault Studio, which I've never heard of. Is they a new studio, Blood?
So that I don't know. I didn't get to look them up.
Yeah, I can't find like anything about them.
Yeah, so I think that they might be a new studio, but even like Nexon, like that's what's kind of surprising to see them make like like high-end single-player game, story-driven game, because you know you think Nexon, you usually think, you know, mobile games, MMOs, live service games. This is not typically like the kind of space that they inhabit. So it feels like what we've been seeing from a lot of the other Asian publishers like Tencent and NetEase and even NeoWiz doing Liza P. You know, like just really starting to say like, hey, we're ready to do something that's like kind of on a next level thing here
Yeah.
than what we've done in the past.
I wonder if it has some kind of animal mechanic. What's exactly is happening there? She does the ritual, then it looks like her eye is like transforming into a snake eye, and then you see the bird transmitting the message. I wonder if that's actually going to be part of gameplay, or they're just, you know what I mean? It's an interesting thing that's happening there.
And again, it's like we have the disadvantage of like we have not read the book. So like all of this stuff could be very easily known if you're familiar with the source material.
Totally.
Got to pick up a copy of Woochi.
It's like me sitting here trying to like examine a One Piece trailer, right? It's like I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. Also, like recruiting more people for this. It does seem like, you know, that like the common tactic, you know, with these announcements, like they're also doing it with this too. Seems like they did an interview with the director, and they were saying like, if you click the link below the video, you'll be taken to the careers page for this. So they said search for Lore Vault or Woochi, and you can find out about our positions.
Yeah. Also, Lore Vault's logo's crow with a hat. Pretty nice to see a crow with a hat.
Yeah, and the director said it means the studio's name carries the meaning of, quote, an armful of stories.
Nice.
Armful.
Yeah.
Carrying an armful of books. There you go.
Yeah, they said the teaser was mainly to showcase the project's concept and attract the attention of other developers. The team plans to continue sharing updates and engaging with fans throughout development, so it seems like it's a ways off. I just even skimmed through this entire interview with the
Director?
with the director, Kang Dong-yeon, and the art director as well, and they still don't even give us an example of like what it plays like. So I don't even think they're maybe even at that phase of development yet.
Maybe, but yeah, like even like, will it be Onimusha like level based, or will it be more Assassin's Creed open world, or all of this stuff? A lot of questions.
Saying the combat will take many forms.
Many forms.
It was like
many forms.
it sounds like
It would be like Asura's Wrath.
finalizing it.
Yeah, cutscene game. Follows a hero still in training to become a dosa with both narrative and combat forming core experience. Strong emotional impact and a cinematic presentation they're going for. And I really
got that.
I really liked what they said. The biggest challenge has been balancing historical accuracy with fantasy. since it's a real historical context, the work demands precision and responsibility, but it also requires imaginative elements to make the gameplay feel engaging. So historical fiction, I love historical fiction. It's like my favorite genre ever. When you just have, these real world locations and real history, but then you get really crazy with like vampires and mythological beasts and stuff. That's really fun.
Yeah.
They emphasize that this is a genre rarely attempted in Korea. So they're especially interested in people with a bold, adventurous mindset. They're recruiting. So this game feels a ways off. But yeah, pretty sick trailer, Blood. And I'm always down for some historical fiction. And Korea's just been killing it, dude. With games. It's out of control. So good. Some of my favorite stuff. It's like, wow. All right. Any other takes on Woochi?
No, I think we just got to wait and see now.
Wait and see. All right, Don.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go again.
Jurassic Park Survival, man. Before we begin, we were talking about Jurassic Park on the stream the other day. Tuesday, Don.
Yes, we were.
Okay.
And I was just like, I just was thinking about it or whatever, and I just wanted to get to the basics because I know you didn't care for Rebirth as much as myself, and even Damiani was like pretty okay with it, it sounded like. But I wanted to ask you a basic question back to the foundation of what do you love from Jurassic Park? The franchise that is Jurassic Park. What is the most important thing to you? What do you love and what do you want out of Jurassic Park as a whole?
Well, the dinosaurs, obviously, number one, yes, and then the new movie did a nice job with the dinosaurs overall. I was pretty happy with most of those sequences. But, it's gotten to a point where it's become more than just the dinosaurs, Hubert, because it's this franchise that has decided to keep everything, connected and done like this one long piece of timeline. You kind of like, that has gotten some value, the continuity of certain characters and stuff like that. The value of that has increased. So it kind of isn't so simple anymore to have just the dinosaurs. So, that was one of the big challenges for the new movie, I think, was establishing all these new characters with like very few bits of connective tissue to any of this other franchise that's been like really kind of fairly well locked together. Considering it's 6, now 7 movies.
So if you were to produce the next Jurassic Park, would you want to double down on that MCUification or have a full-on hard reboot and bring back the wonder of the dinos?
I mean, I think now that they've done what they've done and connected it, I like that it's staying connected. I think it's hard for it to have a total reboot. That's
it'd be super
separate,
hard to have a full reboot.
Like that.
I feel like the closest you could get would be to like do some kind of weird side branch where it's like, oh, the original 2 movies are canon, and then we're going to do something going off of them. But like to even think about remaking Jurassic Park, it's just a fool's errand.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the big challenges of the new movie when we first heard about it. It was like, it's not a total reboot. It's not like a new characters, but in a lot of ways it is sort of like a fresh thing because there's so few connections. Yeah, all this stuff. And honestly, I don't think it could have hurt it if they did something a little bit totally different of like, they said they're going to lean into the horror a little more on this one, which they did a tiny bit. But I think if they would have gone further, if they're like, let's straight up make like a little bit of a horror movie.
We need the rated R horror Jurassic Park, dude.
This kind of could have been it, dude. This kind of could have been it, especially with how they set up those characters. I was ready to see every single one of them get eaten. I'm telling you. Yeah, that would have been nice. But we're
overdue for that, dude.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to do, though, because you got the family element. You got the massive blockbuster.
But look at Deadpool and Wolverine and Logan, these traditional like PG-13 superhero franchises that.
Well, but they kind of originated. The comic originations of all those was a little more edgy, kind of more hard R.
Sure.
A little, not hard R, but R. A little bit more adult, sort of in that sense.
That's fair. That's fair.
I hear what you're saying for sure, Huber. Yeah.
Yeah. Which brings us to Don. Thank you for that. Which brings us to Jurassic Park Survival. And they just released a new behind-the-scenes video giving us a better idea of how it'll play. It's from Saber Interactive, first person, single player, narrative driven. These are all good things for me.
Yeah.
Set. This is where I get a little concerned, but it's fine. Set one day after the original film.
I love this. I freaking love this. And let me tell you why, Hubert. Unless you have something to say before this, I'm going to tell you why. Go
It
ahead.
feels like Star Wars, where it's just trying to like jam everything possible into like the timeline, you know?
Yeah.
But go on.
What I love about this, Hubert, there was a game called, Jurassic Park, the game, I think.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Telltale.
Yeah. Oh, wait. No, not
Wasn't
the
it?
Telltale one.
Oh,
this
I
one
don't
was
think so.
before the whatever. Yeah, this was not a Telltale game, but it was set in the parallel it was in a parallel time as the original movie, and it was set in the original, on the island and everything like that. And so it was like a really interesting thing, because not only were you on the island with the authenticity of everything happening there, but you were getting all this like ancillary kind of side information and experience of this, thing you love. And for me, as a fan, I think a lot of people, it's like that's a really, really fun thing to explore, fun thing to be a part of.
Jurassic Park, the game.
Yes, that's the one.
Telltale Games.
Oh, it was Telltale? It's
Yeah.
crazy because it's not at all like what you'd think of as
Yeah.
a Telltale game, kind of. It was a very experimental game. It had, that was the kind of thing that like, it worked for it, but it held it back. It's like from one section to another, it was just complete different control schemes, almost a different type of game. It's very kind of experimental.
Don, it's also $105 on PlayAsia.com.
Whoa, that? Dang it.
Yeah.
What if I held on to my copy? I think I have a copy of that somewhere. Yeah, a little nest egg there. But, so I don't know. I love this, that it sets it in the same place, especially with this right here. If you watch this dev diary, it's all about the complete authenticity of being there, yet it just expands it. I always love when you can expand the universe that's already there in a way that's not manipulated. This doesn't
like
feel
Avatar.
Frontiers of Pandora.
Frontiers of Pandora,
exactly,
for sure.
that kind of thing.
For sure.
And so what they're talking about in this trailer is like, look, not only are you here and you're going to see all the locations and the things, just after everything that happened in the movie, but then there's all this other stuff that was there sort of existing that you didn't get to experience in the movie, such as this hotel location that's being built.
That's cool.
Rides. And that's kind of what Jurassic Park, the game, did, which was like a really enjoyable thing. The licensing, the branding, and the authenticity on the old one was like well done. And so when it's well done like that, when it feels authentic, this one obviously looks like even way, way, way more authentic. I mean, they're really going up for it.
Yeah.
It's a satisfying thing, I think.
That is cool. Like I had hope. Obviously, it did not turn out well. Like 3 out of 10 was Aliens: Colonial Marines, because they used actual concept art and unused material from Aliens to like flesh out some of their levels.
They were
like, yo,
showing them like digging through all the archives and old props and stuff in here. Yeah,
they were like, yo, we built this entire area based on this original design document, like from the movie back in the day. I was like, that's cool.
It's brilliant. I mean, that's what, games as a companion to movies, when they're inspired from and are licensed from a movie property, I think that's one of the most powerful things they can do, is some of those lost content for whatever reason that didn't make it into the movie, or the content that's just sort of referred to, you can actually be surrounded by and experience.
Don, what I don't love is
Don.
this thing where they're doing the kitchen again.
Okay.
They're just repeating the scene of like, oh, we want you to just be in the scene just like it happened in the movie, but you're somebody else another day later. And I'm like, no, just make a similar raptor scene somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like either do the scene with
like
the
in a
characters
pool
that
or something.
were in
You're talking
the
about a
scene,
hotel. It could be in a pool.
or
That'd be fun.
do something else. Don't just make somebody else experience the exact same thing. It's silly.
I do agree. At first glance, a little bit. You have a little bit of a concern about it. However, look, that scene is extremely intense. One of the most sort of like most horror-like scenes in the entire franchise.
One of the most iconic scenes in a movie, period, I would say.
Absolutely right. Good call. I mean, memorable, powerful, scary. And so it's like, hey, look, this isn't a replay. It's obviously not going to be a beat-for-beat replay of it. But
especially because the spitter follows her in there. That's a cool little thing, because that thing always disappears in the OG movie. So like expand that. That's an avenue of like okay, this thing disappears in the movie. Now now we have a new encounter.
Gameplay wise, with a little stealth in there, I don't know. I think it could work. I'm open to it, Blood. I'm not as probably against it as other things.
You could do a gym, or you could do like a locker room, or at least somewhere different.
They gotta do the beats. They gotta have the flair. Like almost every movie at this point has like the flair in the
freeze.
It's like you gotta have that. The thing I want out of this game, they show the training area where they show like to get like dinosaur movement right. I don't think this could be in the game, but they show like the T-Rex moving on a track. I want that as a mode. I want to I want to test out the dinosaurs and get like all their, push them to the limit. See put them through like obstacles and stuff like that.
I do think we need more.
Yeah, that's like amazing.
We need more stuff like that, Damiani.
That's cool.
You're kind of right there because
like building a course and seeing the T-Rex go through it. It's like, okay, will this stop the T-Rex? It's like
because you get a little bit of something like that with like model viewers and stuff, like with Last of Us, like when you update, when you can just
model
like
viewers.
Take a look at those.
I adore them.
Same.
But one of the things when Wreckfest was in early access and they gave you that kind of like, again, that sort of like wireframe area with like all of these crazy props and things that really were never going to be used in the game, but it created different weights, different physics of things of like, okay, what if you go up this ramp and then fall off, and then what's going to happen to your car and all of that. And like, I was just shocked that there was nothing like that in the final game. And it would be fun to just include something like that as a side thing that you unlock for, beating it on normal or whatever. And something like this, it's like, okay, let's just create a mode where you can just like drop in a bunch of dinosaurs and see what happens,
Yeah. This it looks like just the standard that they're kind of keeping here is like unbelievably high. I mean, just the thought of like, being in, for instance, where Nedry rolls down the hill, has the experience with the Dilophosaur, to be able to be in that area and fully explore it, to walk off into that jungle and go somewhere and connect and find a path. It's all going to be not open world, but it's all going to be connected. It seems like pretty much open, exploring that kind of way. So,
and from a base level, Don, I'm actually excited about this because we haven't had, to me, like, real is not the correct word. We haven't had a Jurassic Park game like this yet, or like
where you feel
in
like
a
you're
long
actually
time.
walking around the spaces.
Yeah, like we've had Lego Jurassic Park, we've had real-time strategy Jurassic Park, we've had VR Jurassic Park.
Yes,
we've had iOS Jurassic Park games. So like the fact that we're getting what looks like a AAA first person, like an actual Jurassic Park game, that alone is very exciting.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, Jurassic Park the game was as close to what this is as we've had, but it didn't have...
That was 2011, Dawn.
It dated, and it didn't have this kind of tech. It did not look this good, and it had all kinds of crazy, clunky, weird experimental control schemes, but it was really satisfying just for attempting what this game is trying to do, but I think this is going to, deliver in a lot more like stable, consistent way. So I'm way more excited than this when I first heard about this, like, original setting, first person, all this. I was a little nervous. And the other thing but now I'm feeling very good after watching.
They should have just gone
full.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. So I'm excited after the dev diary, and I'll say one more thing about the characters in this, but after you're done, what do you have?
I was going to say they should have just gone full on third person survival horror and ate Dino Crisis lunch. They should have just been like, we're doing it.
I mean,
Jurassic Park, let's go.
We still don't really know like how it plays.
Of
right?
course.
Like we don't know like what she has access to. Like
comments say alien isolation dinosaur edition.
Definitely,
Right.
It definitely looks like sneaking around, avoiding the dinos at all costs.
Yeah.
Like if the dino sees
there's no
you,
sign of like a shotgun or even a tranquilizer gun or something like that. Yeah.
She had a little like
some
radar kind of device.
proximity
Yeah.
scanner,
Able
and there's
to
a map.
evacuate your character. That's why they're there.
Yeah, she wasn't able to get in contact with them before they left her there.
Awesome.
You play as Dr. Maya Joshi, an InGen scientist, so that's some more connective lore there. A lot of focus
I
on.
forget, Don, do you remember who it was that they said who had directly hired?
Yes, Dr. Henry Wu, and I love this character.
BD Wong.
He's the
10
one
out of 10.
that pretty much up until the new one, he was the only character that was in every single one. His plot, and he has such an awesome arc, being from like innocent scientist to corrupted to redeemed. It's just, I love Dr. Henry Wu. So now to see one of his disciples and how she's connected, where she's going to end up at the end of the story, it just adds like this really nice lore around the stuff we already have. I love when a game does this. If like more movie tie-in games could do this kind of thing, I think it adds value to the movies. It makes you want to watch them again and go back and forth.
Yeah, man. Like I was reading about Frontiers of Pandora the other day because I just can't stop thinking about Fire and Ash at all. It's literally, I get up every morning now to just get closer to Fire and Ash. It's like all I want in the year of 2025 is Fire and Ash. They said that Frontiers of Pandora, Dawn, is going to have payoffs in Fire and Ash.
Unreal.
Nice.
Straight up. Dude, straight up.
Don will know.
Let's go.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And I just love the look of this character, this actress, Dr. Maya, the character. I really like her so far and everything like that. So, I think it's going to be a fun ride. I think we're feeling really good about this right now.
Nice. Yeah, this is definitely a game I'll play, Don, no matter what. This is right in my wheelhouse, too.
Awesome. It's going to be fun.
But that's not it for Jurassic, Don. You're eating, dude. You're feasting.
Wow, yeah. What's next?
Jurassic World is coming to Flight Simulator.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Out of nowhere, man.
It's coming to Flight
love it.
Simulator in late August or September, so right around the corner. Flight Simulator 2024. It's created by Australian dev Orbix, which has made some other Flight Simulator add-ons. It includes Isla Nublar and the 5 islands of the Mauritius archipelago, as they were before. This is key lore here, Don. As they were before the events of 2015's Jurassic World, when the park is operational, but not everything is under control.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
There are more than 10 species of dinos, with more to be confirmed, half a dozen airstrips, and twice as many helipads. Structured.
Let you land?
Yeah, this is insane.
There's like delivery missions and shit you can do. It sounds great.
Structured activities have you transport VIPs, take photographs on a guided tour, and practice your aviator's skills in challenging locations.
Are you going to have to like land between all the flying dinosaurs and evade them? Are you going to take off before a T-Rex can chase you down? There's going to be some of the highlighghts to look forward to.
Intense.
A raptor gets on your plane. What are you going to do?
A Stegosaurus punctures up your fuel tank, and you're just bleeding fuel the whole way.
Someone educate me. Can you use helicopters in Flight Simulator?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, a helicopter ride just like the movie Dawn, right through the island. Chopper.
Oh my God. There's a lot. The only thing about this is like, the thing about this is it's just like, you got to remember, okay, this is Flight Simulator. You know what I mean? They did do that expansion where they had all those different rescue and sort of different kind of activities you could do. But we're going to be flying, but it's going to be tempting to want to do like other more complex things. But it's a fun thing. I mean, this is like an awesome idea for an expansion. It's curious how they're going to do it. Because it seems like Jurassic World elements of it, like the monorail, are perhaps built and intact, yet the original stuff isn't destroyed. I'm not sure how they're going to handle the whole time period of how this is going to work.
Dude, who's my man that I love in Jurassic World? Spoiler alert, does not make it. I love him. He's like the CEO.
Oh, yeah, Masrani,
dude. The best character, man.
Yeah, so we're going to have that aviary to fly around. I mean, there's going to be so much cool stuff.
They did mention the mosasaur, Don.
Yes.
So I'm curious how that plays in.
It's very curious. Well, they'll have the bay there.
Don't fly too low.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. Can you imagine chopping? Yeah, there's that great opening on Fallen Kingdom where the helicopter with the escape and the mosasaur jumps up, when the guy's hanging on the ladder and everything. So classic. I'm curious, though, why they couldn't wedge. It appears they did not get the new island from the new movie in there, which is an interesting thing because it's like the new island, but it's really the oldest island, it turns out. And it would have been neat to somehow see, I don't know why they wouldn't have got
maybe
that in
more
there.
to come?
Yeah, with the timing, perhaps. Yeah, perhaps. And the geography on the new island was so different and so awesome, with just those real sheer cliffs rising up, just a much more jagged, intimidating
Pandora
landscape.
vibes.
Yeah, a little bit. Real fun to fly around some of that stuff. So yeah, you're right. Then maybe they'll add it in, but still, this is quite exciting as a little bonus for flight sim. I'm gonna have to install this thing. What's it gonna be like 200 or 300 gigs?
Oh yeah.
Clear some space for this puppy. Oh my gosh.
Like start downloading it in the morning, and then you'll be ready by the evening, or the other way around. The evening for the morning.
Yeah. No, this is gonna be fun.
Very cool. Very nice. We're getting some Jurassic Park video games. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
Next up, Firebreak struggles. Remedy has shared its latest financial results, and FBC Firebreak did not do well. Yikes. Quote, commercially, we were unsatisfied with the launch phase consumer sales of FBC Firebreak.
That's something to hear when somebody actually says unsatisfied. It's like, ooh.
Yeah. Was it Sean Layden who just came after Game Pass and stuff?
Yeah, but I don't remember if that was like actually a new quote or if that was something that just got passed around again.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, everything in that, if you haven't seen it, Sean Layden, he was talking about just the unsustainability of Game Pass and
there's a lot of
service.
pushback on it too, so there's like a lot of discussions. Yeah.
I agree with the man as someone who doesn't know anything about business. He's a professional and he seems like he is correct in that sense. But anyway, because FBC Firebreak was on Plus and stuff, so that's why I bring it up. Mm-hmm. Thus far, FBC Firebreak's commercial performance has largely been driven by Xbox and PlayStation subscription service agreements.
Yeah, that's where they got the money that they do have.
Yep.
It's from the subs.
Here's a really good quote, and I think Gabby and I can attest to this. Players who spent over an hour with the game reviewed the game mostly positive. I concur. Showing us that the core experience of the game is entertaining. It absolutely is.
It was really just about that onboarding and like, I don't understand how this weapon works. Why is... where's my ultimate? All that stuff. Yeah.
The bones are very, very solid. They're planning a major update. I've been keeping tabs on this here and there.
Yeah, because they did change a lot of that stuff. I haven't even played it since the most recent changes.
Yeah.
Or even the initial changes, really.
Yeah,
I played it for early days.
They did a couple small things like organize the upgrades in a much more clear and concise way and changed how you upgrade things. They added visual elements to some of the upgrade materials that people weren't picking up.
Right. They said nobody was picking up the documents, which you needed to get your upgrades. Yeah.
And they also added a full-on intro story cutscene with puppets, and it is amazing.
Oh, that's funny.
And awesome. They're planning a major update in late September and plan to do an additional wave of marketing then to renew interest. Meanwhile, Control 2 and Max Payne are both on target so far. Max Payne, they've been working extremely close with Rockstar, who of course made Max Payne 3. All good.
Yeah.
All good.
And they worked together for the originals.
The originals, of course. Yes. So yeah, Control, I believe it can make a comeback. Especially, I mean, it even kind of piggybacks off what Don was saying about just with Jurassic Park and being able to just go into this world you love. Firebreak got me to replay Control. I've been playing that a little bit on the side, and
I poked at it here and there, like when I got a card that could do RTX. Because it was so good, like one of the first early ray tracing.
PS4, yeah.
Yeah, I played through the full game on base PS4.
Yeah. So now I'm like playing on the PS5 Pro, and it was like, this is a lot better. But yeah, the Remedy universe is one of my favorite fictional universes of all time. Not Max Payne, Control, and Alan Wake. So I feel like there's always going to be interest to explore that universe. And if Firebreak just keeps the lights on and just hangs in there, by the time, Control 2 comes out or other DLCs or even Max Payne comes out and there's just more hype on Remedy, I feel like that is such a good hook and such an avenue for people to want to check out Firebreak. So
Yeah.
I really don't think it's dead yet. I think the bones are so solid. But yeah. But I mean, even I fell off. Gabby fell off. But Gabby, are you going to hop back in September for this? Are you hanging up your boots on Firebreak, or are you going to give it another look?
If you play with me,
If you play with it.
You're in, she's in, Huber.
That's a given. That's an automatic. That's an automatic. Absolutely. We should definitely stream that update in September when it comes out.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. We'll see where it's at.
Yeah. I'm rooting for it. I'm rooting for that game so hard because it is really fun. It is a really cool co-op game. And again, like I said, the Remedy universe. And it feels unique.
Yeah.
It feels like a little bit of Left 4 Dead in there. And
It sounded like in the weeds a little bit. That there were like signs in early testing that like some of these things were going to be problems, and they just worked on other things instead. And it was like,
Totally.
Oh,
I think the main
could have seen that coming, but just it's a hindsight thing.
I think the most brutal thing is that is so hard for live service games to nail down is what do you do when you've gone through all of the content once?
Right.
You need to make replaying content exciting and rewarding. And this was neither, because it was like, all right, I've seen everything, I've gone through everything.
Because we don't really have like a base or anything.
No.
Yeah.
That would have gone a long way too, which I said, having a hub area.
What if you had just like a cubicle somewhere?
Exactly.
Like you bring back something, yeah.
It grounds you in the space, like totally blood. But yeah, there's, the way the missions were chopped up, it was like once you went through all of them, it was like, okay, I can replay the same missions again to get better loot, but I've already beat everything. Why do I need the loot if I've already beat all the levels? I can turn the difficulty up, which does make it a lot more fun.
Yeah,
but it's still the exact same
what do
mission.
they call the anomaly things or whatever? Like those are cool. Like when they start like,
cool.
changing things up
The
on
traffic light, Gabby. I will not forget. That is one of the best things of 2025 video games is the traffic light in Firebreak. I'm not even kidding. It's incredible. So yeah, we will see. And they even said in one of the updates that they're gonna find a way to make replaying content better, like randomized and better. So we're hoping. Halo is coming to Helldivers 2. It's also it's also the level 1 reward of this season of Fortnite's Battle Pass. So Halo is making the rounds.
Really?
Yeah, you get a Spartan
For
lady.
viewers, we're playing the clip. This is at the very end of the trailer. You just see this little
ODST.
tease, and it's like, Halo 3 ODST.
Yeah.
You drop in on that game. You drop in on Helldivers.
That's perfect. That's perfect, right?
When is this?
When is this?
Is this live?
They give it.
What's that?
Is it live?
No, it's not live yet.
Okay.
No. Yeah, we would know a lot more if it were already live.
Right there. August 26th.
Yeah.
Okay. Dude. That looks fucking good. I'm reinstalling Helldivers. I'm waiting too long. That looks good. Just that little tease, dude. ODST was so sick. And I really like the Helldivers levels that are more like city-ish. Like so many of the levels I play are just like forest, dunes,
Just big rocky places.
and like little outposts. I want give me that city vibe for sure. But yeah, Halo. It's interesting when stuff like this happens. Do you make of anything of this, Damiani or Blood? Of Halo is in this brand new season of Fortnite, and now
this
it's
is also
in
launching
Helldivers.
on Xbox. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that's-
just the collaboration that they're happening at the same time. Is that just
you
coincidence?
expect like something else, Halo related?
Yeah. Is there something coming down the pipe, or is it just coincidence?
No. Didn't they say like next year was something big for Halo, but everyone thinks it's a Halo 1 remake, right?
Right. There is that.
SGF.
That's been going around for a while.
So
I don't know when that's happening.
I'm
but
sure
yeah.
they got they got to have something cooking for Halo.
Yeah.
Like it's not despite everything that's happened. Like it's still strong IP.
Always
Like,
going, always alive.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will keep going.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I mean, I think this is keep it in the consciousness. This is a smart thing to do. Is like
You're right.
crossovers are the thing, because if your IP, your brand, whatever, is seen as valuable enough and popular enough to be in these bigger games like this.
Yeah, it buys you
also
time.
like don't be sometimes it's okay to be humble. It's like you might be like, oh, Halo's way bigger than Helldivers ever, historically. Why would you ever do come on, like it's popular right now.
Yeah.
Like still is like
So fun.
Be cool, be like be a part of that. Don't be like Nintendo, who won't lend their characters out for anything ever, like Fortnite.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm very-
Fortnite made me
I'm very curious
About all
what the extent of it is, right? It's like, are you
That looked like a full-on map, dude.
Right.
That looked like a full map.
It's like, are you just in the city? Are you facing off against
Flood.
Halo
You're fighting. You better fight the Flood.
Yeah, like what is like the actual scenario?
By the way, my hottest Halo take is
Yeah.
the Flood sucks. Sorry, y'all.
the other thing though,
Flood is not fun to fight against. That's it. The Flood lore is cool. They're just not fun to fight. That's all. I know. I've brought it up before. People get very, very upset. Bring the locusts.
but also this is going to
Helldivers.
be. There's no reason to think this won't be on PlayStation. So this will be Halo stuff on PlayStation.
Definitely.
that's
we're
another-
already getting Gears of War on PlayStation.
Right.
Which
That's
is
what I'm
wild.
saying though. It's like it's a little chink towards
that
Halo
might be-
showing up there. Yeah.
That might be it. Yeah, because that's like the biggest thing is everyone's like, oh, Halo's coming to PlayStation and
Yeah.
Nintendo. It's
Yeah.
like,
Even if they
Yeah,
get
like
Master
announcement
Chief Collection
imminent.
first, right?
for like the past 6 months, it's been imminent.
It's really crazy.
Yeah.
It's really crazy. Wow. All right. I love Halo. I'm ready for like a good dude. Halo Infinite started so well and then it just kind of fell off. Damn. I love Halo. I want more Halo. Crimson Desert. This game's been making waves for its beautiful visuals. It has been delayed, unfortunately, to 2026.
I wouldn't say unfortunately, but it has been delayed.
Well, when things are delayed, it's unfortunate for the consumer, Blood. The product.
No, it is not with Crimson Desert. It is a very good thing that this game is getting delayed because it could use some little nips and tucks.
Never mind. In an earnings call this week, Pearl Abyss stated that Crimson Desert is being unavoidably delayed 1 quarter from 2025 to Q1 2026. They're currently working on voiceover and console certifications. According to PC Gamer, it was apparently initially slated to release in 2021.
Yeah, that shocked me. I was
Yeah.
like, really?
Jeez.
I don't think I even knew about it in 2021.
I think this game is, as I've played a lot of this game at events, and I feel like it is getting the overhype treatment. I'm very cautiously, I'm very neutral on this game. I feel like it shows better than what it is. The visuals, I think showing an isolated combat encounter, this game is so flashy and so beautiful that it looks really striking, and you're like, what is that? I want to play that. It looks awesome. I feel like this game is not going to be better than the sum of its parts. I am a Crimson Desert doubter. I am sorry to be negative about it. I'm the
opposite here.
It is my job to
feel
convey
like
my feelings. That's just how I feel about this one. I don't know. I feel like this whole time this game's been just a little overhyped. Like it's fine.
I feel the opposite. I feel like the problem that this game has had is that it is too big to demo well. And so that every time that we see it, it's been like, just get in there. And it's like, I don't know. Your controls are insane. And I'm just supposed to jump in here and figure this out and do a whole mission. And we're just going to run past all the enemies now because we just got to get to the next point. And so it just feels overwhelming in like a 1 hour setting. Whereas
I can
like,
see that.
okay, if
Very
we
much
have
agree.
5 hours
I
to
can see
sit
it.
here with this and to get into it, then it makes sense.
For sure.
Right? Yeah.
I think for me, when I've played it, it just doesn't feel as lived in as I want a game like this to feel. It feels, even when there's like people,
It does seem like it feels a little gamey.
it feels like it feels sparse.
Yeah.
Even when people are in town, it just doesn't feel alive. Maybe the delay can like address that, but there's just like a disconnect I get when I play this one.
Damiani played some.
I'm a bit in the middle. Like I definitely think like it suffers from like it's not a good game to like have hands on for like it needs a dedicated like day event basically. Like
Yeah.
you need to have like people at a preview event for like a whole day
Totally.
to just play it and get familiar with it, and like maybe like the same hour 90-minute slice that like we were given at SGF, and like just let people replay that over and get used to it and try like the different options, because there were just so many, and it's just a very complex mechanically.
Yeah, there's
complex
a
game.
lot
Like
going on.
I was like, this feels like on a level of like a fighting game, man. Like there's how many inputs are here, man. Like
Right.
this is insane.
No,
But, I mean,
like
again,
realistically, you had like that wrestling move thing, right?
The RKO, you can do an RKO.
I mean, it looks sick when someone who's playing shows it off. It like looks sick because like they're doing all the combos. It's like you can probably eventually get there, but like when you're in that setting, even with like 60 minutes, and you're kind of being like rushed a little bit because there's so much to show. You only have like that precious few moments to like play, and there, you're trying to do that stuff, and like you're not really going to be able to execute it the same way. You just kind of like fall back onto whatever works. It's like, okay, what works here so I can get through this, and like you're not really fully appreciating it. So like that's on them. Like that's the publisher. That they're doing a little bit of a disservice there. But on the same point, from what we did see, yes, the combat seems like there's a lot to it, but like everything in between, I was kind of like. There's a lot of environment here, but like we're kind of just being like, and again, this is why I'm in between, because like we're just being ushered to a spot. And I'm like, do we ever like go around and like what happens if I don't go over here to the next objective point that I'm being told to go to and like engage with other things? Is there more to this world than just stay on like the crit path? Otherwise, it's going to be like nothing meaningful there.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it could just be that it was just like a showing we saw.
Yeah, what
Maybe
we
it
saw
just
was like
wasn't ready.
specifically a quest where you're
Exactly.
locked in to do this
Yeah.
series of objectives. So it's like, yeah, what is it like between quests? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
and you
all
did like
like,
a boss rush thing that one
I've
time.
done
yeah.
bosses, I've done combat encounters, and I've done like a little bit of town
Yeah.
exploration.
I think that's the thing. That's why I feel like every time we see it, it's like we see this little tiny slice of this gigantic thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, how does the whole piece together? Yeah.
We will see. We will see in 2026, and it's Q1, so it's not a terrible
Right.
delay. Not
Still beating GTA 6.
It is.
Being the GTA
Well,
6
so far.
wave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They haven't stuck an actual date on it yet.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
less
TBD.
than a year. Let's go. Less than a year. GTA. Next up, this looks friggin' amazing. Raccoin.
Raccoin. So
This
I
looks so
immediately
sick.
tagged on when I
This looks
saw this trailer.
sick as shit, dude. PlayStack announced this morning Raccoin, a game that immediately had Don's name written all
it's-
over it.
These types.
Yeah, it's one of those coin
Yep.
pusher games. Yeah.
Yup.
Dude,
The la-
Teach you how to
at
play
the
this one,
laundromat
right?
for me.
So I can go. Yeah, I want to learn the secrets.
When I went on a cruise a couple years ago, they had one of these in the casino, dude, and I got like $20 of quarters, and I was just like, and I lost. I need the Dawn strats,
Dude.
It is a roguelike based,
Oh.
music to my ears, based on an arcade coin pusher machine and starring a raccoon. Special coins would have different effects. 100 items can change the course of any run, combos, etc. You can even shake the machine, and there's different characters and different playstyles. Playtest is coming on the 18th,
Interesting.
so sign the hell up. What do you think, Don?
Yeah, so I got to say, give a little bit of background. First of all, I spent a little portion of my life, a year or two, where I was actually addicted to coin pusher
They're
machines.
fun, dude.
IRL, baby. I did it every single day. On my lunch break, I headed over to Dave & Buster's, and I
So
broke
fun.
out the wallet and wasted all my money. But you can get some value out of these things, Hubert. I have multiple full sets of these Star Trek, Wizard of Oz, different collectible card sets that I've won out of these coin pushers. Highly collectible. Another little nest egg I've got, okay? A little something for the future. Passed down to the boys or something. But look, the thing about this that's interesting, anything that's like a coin pusher, a slot machine, unlike, cards or roulette, something, they don't appeal to me in the video game world usually because I just don't really get it. It's like there isn't a real value you're playing for.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you playing?
Totally.
However, This appeals to me. This looks really fun. One reason is the physics at work here looks like it's legit. Like
I love the look.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's important.
The way the coins are popping around, it's critical, Damiani, I would say, for sure, right? And so it just has a fun vibe to it where it feels like and then all the little ways you can manipulate your different, power-ups and everything. It seems like a fun ride. Who knows how long you could get into this for, but I'm going to definitely take it for a spin.
Yeah, I mean, grain of salt, but the folks that we know over at PlayStack, they're saying that like this is one of those games where it's like in the office,
addicted.
Everybody can't stop playing it.
I'm already addicted, dude.
Looks fun.
Yeah.
Visually tantalizing. I mean, just it's fun to watch all those coins bursting into the little shockwaves and everything
and
like that.
the raccoon like holding all the money in the promo
With his
art
little
is
vest.
so good.
Yeah, his little vest and stuff. It's
So freaking
what
good.
the heck?
Unreal.
Yes, it looks like a charming little game. Definitely want to play it. It looks fun.
Video games are alive.
Yeah.
In a similar vein, CloverPit is coming out next month, September 3rd.
Yeah, just a couple weeks away.
This is the demonic slot machine roguelike from
this
Future
one,
Friends
yeah.
Games, developed by Panic Arcade.
Yeah, real gritty, like PSX looking visuals
Like,
and textures and stuff.
Like,
Yeah.
what is it?
Buckshot Roulette a little bit?
No.
No?
The card one. Insomnia something. No. What is it?
Yeah.
Help me out.
No, I know.
Inscription?
Inscription.
Inscription, there
Yes.
you
Shout
go.
out to Gabby.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Gabby. Thank you. Yes, some Inscription energy from this
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit, for sure. This is a demonic slot machine game. The demo did well. Ton of wish lists. You are locked in a rusty cell with a slot machine and an ATM. So funny.
What jail is that? That's like
I love this. Sounds like
Go
heaven.
to that jail.
That is so funny.
Sounds like heaven. What kind of jail is that?
Players
Sounds like a
must
resort.
Yeah. Players must pay off their debt at the end of each round or fall to ruin.
Yeah, there's
Literally.
like a trap door underneath of you. You just fall in the
Dude.
pit.
Manipulate the slot machine to earn extra coins. Turn the odds in your favor with various prizes and charms to trigger bigger combos. Bend the rules, break the game, and pay off your debts. So it is like Balatro, where it's really encouraging you to break it.
Yeah.
That's like the best part about Balatro is like, here is everything. Like, Wishnov this and get 50 trillion points.
Exactly.
You know, it's crazy. Multiple endings.
Yeah, that caught me off guard. Like,
Crazy.
what? What's happening here?
The developer's note: CloverPit is not a slot machine simulator. Our slot machine is designed to be broken and ultimately overcome. There it is. If you're looking for a real gambling experience, please look elsewhere. Or better yet, don't look at all. We don't really like gambling. That's what this game is all about. So this is a commentary on like gambling bad.
Yeah, yeah, but also like you if you have any like gambling can get you like legit gambling aspects can get you banned in certain countries from like being able to release. So.
You're so
Yeah,
right.
this is exactly
Yeah,
it.
so-
They're very much on the same vein as Local Thunk with Balatro because he had to deal with that crap where like it was
That's right.
getting banned in places and restricted to higher age groups. And he's like, no, this is I don't like gambling. This is
Yeah.
not a gambling simulator.
Yeah.
Just using playing cards.
It looks amazing. This is September 3rd. I can't wait. This is day one.
Yeah, the intensity,
This is a day one game.
just the intense vibe of this is so real.
It's so intense.
Yeah, usually, like I said, slot machine. Yes, they say it's not a real slot machine, obviously.
The grody toilet.
I'm sending this to my gamblers group chat as soon as this podcast is over. Just sending it to all my buds.
It's such an intense vibe from this game. It almost feels like it needs like a peripheral. Something needs to be like zapping you while you're playing this or something. I don't know what it is, man. This game is like...
What
you have to
really-
enter your actual bank account.
What we really need, though, Don, is we need a controller, like with the arm. Like
Oh,
you gotta
a one-armed
pull.
bandit peripheral. Have they
Yeah.
ever done it? Now's the time, Blood. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I could have like, grime all over it and stuff like that.
It's so sad that the actual like pull is just such a dying art form of slot machines.
One of the
in
worst
modern days.
experiences, Huber, I
It's
think
just
you'd
like
agree.
tap.
Yep. You
Right.
go to the one-arm bandit, the ones that actually, they have the arm, but it's friggin' locked. You can't
Ah,
even pull it
that's
if you
the
want. You're like,
worst,
you know what? What's
dude.
the point?
I walk away, Don. I'll
Yeah.
walk away.
What a
Same.
main switch.
I'll eject
Yeah.
my money and just
Immediate.
move on. Yeah,
Yeah.
what the heck?
That's a bad vibe.
Yeah, big time.
Dude, CloverPit, September 3rd. Hold for it.
Oh, the price? Yeah.
Demo now, no price. All you can do is add it to your wish list, and it
Demo
comes out in
now.
a couple weeks. So, but you can download a demo right now on Steam. It's coming out on PC only for now. There you go. I'm really hyped on that, guys.
This looks fun.
I'm really hyped
We gotta
on
play that
this.
together. That'll be fun.
Very cool. All right, next up is House Fighters Total Mess.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sold on this title, but I think that both you and Damiani might be into this game.
Oh, man.
The
You
Toy
know I love
Story
being
fighter.
miniaturized.
Yeah.
Holy hell, dude.
Yeah, it's like you're dogfighting in like bedrooms and kitchens and stuff.
Yo, they looks like gummy ships on some of these.
Yeah, sometimes they like warp into these other zones, and I'm not sure what that's all about.
Gummy ship vibe. Yo, where's Kingdom Hearts 4, dude? Speaking of.
Right, like any moment now.
Yeah,
right?
let's go. Let's go. Let's get that. Let's get that going, dude. Gamescom.
Yeah.
Yeah, Damiani,
Toy
go
Story,
for it.
Toy Story like game where you're playing as like fighter jets. It's gonna hinge on like combat, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But also they said like you could like rescue other toys. I watched the trailer a little
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
So like it has a little bit more to it, like and a little bit of like exploration of like the house environments. I honestly, like aerial games like this, it really comes down to how it feels to fly.
Totally.
Like it can look nice, like conceptually, like oh, it's like Toy Story fighter jets.
Toy
but
Story Ace
if it
Combat.
doesn't- but if it doesn't feel good to play, you're gonna get like
Yeah.
kind of tired of it really quickly.
Yeah, they did say
Speaking
they're
of
going for
experience.
arcade style gameplay, so it's like more Star Fox than like, some crazy sim.
That
or
sounds
something,
pretty
yeah.
good. Yeah, I'm specifically talking about like when I finally played Buck Bumble and it was atrocious
Yeah.
controls
Yeah. Yeah.
and did not live anywhere up to the hype of the music. I was like, the game is just like, and they're remaking it apparently or something. I don't know. Anyway,
They were talking
this,
about
like,
potentially, but it's after some
Potentially,
other
and I was
stuff.
like,
not,
oh, it's gonna
not
need
anytime soon.
Buck Bumble's like
big
Tron, where
overall.
people think it's good, but then they see it or play it, and it's not.
But I think they even addressed that. They were like, it will take some modernizing. Yeah. Yeah. I like the shots where they're like flying into things and knocking them over. Like
Yep.
that to me is great. Like if there's just like this cool little physics playground in there. I do worry about like walls and things like that.
yes,
You know,
that's
like
how,
how-
tight. Closed,
Yeah.
and like like it feels a little claustrophobic at points in terms of like I feel like I'm just gonna like it should just be like something nice where it like auto like flips you back into the area or like, you don't crash, like it's hard, it doesn't like crash and you're done in a walls unless it doesn't feel bad. And maybe like, yeah, hopefully knocking some of the running into objects might trigger like environmental changes, like cool puzzles or something like that. Maybe would be kind of like nice, like evolving the level, because you see like a part where you're flying down a hallway and a bunch of like cardboard boxes are like just
Oh yeah, they're
flying
like
at
chasing you somehow.
yeah, like chasing
what was
you.
that
It's like,
about?
wait, why yeah, I was like, huh.
I love the
interesting.
customizing too. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Collect explosives and everyday items left around the house that will aid you in dogfights, such as rockets, bombs, and nails.
Yeah, nails. Like wait a
Drop a
minute.
nail on an army man.
One of these things is not like the other.
Yeah.
It's like okay, we got guns, we got rockets, we got bombs, we got nails.
nail gun, dude. Quake.
Like now I'm like curious, like what else? Now I want more weird things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want like suction cups or something. Like
Plunger, yeah.
shoot those little suction cup darts. And like pull
Totally.
something down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sick.
And,
I'm intrigued.
They got a demo coming soon. We don't know exactly when, but it's
Oh,
coming.
nice.
I'm very intrigued. We got more to come. But if you've been enjoying this show so far, please take a second to like and subscribe, ring the bell, do all that stuff. Blood at the top of the show was talking about YouTube subscriptions.
Channel memberships. Yep.
YouTube memberships. That was the word.
Mm-hmm.
Check all that out. Helps everyone, dude. Everyone wins on that. Also, if you want to sponsor this podcast, put your name right here in this space and get in touch. You can email us at info@easyallies.com and we'll get you all the details. Do it. Do it. Alrighty, a franchise, thankfully, will never die. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We are getting TMNT Empire City. This is a VR game. I'm a little wary of VR. You know, I get a little motion sick. I'm never really too hyped on VR, but I do like an occasional VR romp, if you will, especially.
You still owe me a Batman.
I know.
Impression sometime.
For sure. By the end of the year. Maybe like October. Get my October Batman on.
Literally set up a headset to check out that game.
It just makes me a little ill, you know? I just get a little ill from it. Damiani can attest to it. Yeah. In a new dev diary released this week, we got a first look at gameplay in TMNT Empire City. This is the first VR game for TMNT, and it's from the makers of Gorn 2, which I think has some good buzz on. Gorn 2.
Yeah, it's definitely a name that I know, even though I'm not super familiar with it.
It's like the medieval kind of funny, jokey, you're killing a lot of people, but it's like over the top, but also very bloody. Very positive reviews on Steam for that one. So it's in good hands. What I love is that we keep getting like the it is so nice being a freaking Turtles fan because we get it all.
Right.
We get remasters of old games. We get Shredder's Revenge, which is like classic beat 'em up in the old school sense. The Last Ronin is still somewhere in development, apparently, full on AAA. We get VR games. We get Tactical Takedown. We get cartoon movies. We get live action. Like we get it all.
Yeah.
We get TMNT cross Naruto, dude, which 4 issues, highly recommend, 10 out of 10. Fucking loved it. So it's just awesome. It's awesome every avenue. So again, here's VR.
Yeah.
A new way to experience Turtles.
And this is very clearly still like test footage. It's like, okay, we've got movement working and there's not much else happening yet, but that's fine.
I get that, Blood. It's just so slow.
Oh, you feel like it feels slow.
So
it looks.
I am not feeling like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Blood. I am feeling like a balloon.
That's so funny because the way they describe this is that, like, oh, you're moving fast through the city and you're not feeling that. That's very interesting. Yeah.
It's funny because they have inspiration from Naruto. They also have been reading the Turtles cross Naruto comic.
I'm sure.
Apparently. The first aha moment we had while exploring movement mechanics was when I decided to abuse a momentum bug to launch myself off of a mailbox and leap across a line of lampposts like a character straight out of Naruto. I shared the video with the rest of the studio, and that was that. The basics of our parkour system are built around a few simple mechanics: sprinting, jumping, dashing, climbing, and flinging. I'm not entirely sure how to describe that last one. For the rock climbers out there, you might call it dinoing, since it's a similar concept. I haven't rock climbed in so long. I used to do that a lot. When climbing and traversing Empire City, you'll fling dino yourself off of things toward other things you can grab, and then fling yourself on the new thing to take advantage of the momentum that builds up along the way. At the end of the day, they also teased using ninja tools to aid in traversal as well, but they're saving the details for a future update. So yeah, just a little taste. You know, this really looks like a proof of concept. Yeah. Not much to go on. You know, there's no NPCs around. I mean, this is like pre-alpha, alpha. It feels like.
Right.
But we'll see.
Test footage, yep.
I mean, the devs referencing Naruto is a good sign. And yeah, I just need to see how it all comes together.
Yeah, and it could be like one of those things too, where it's like you just need that just visual effect or something to get a sense of speed, right? Like,
I need the
like
speed.
when you do that, you know, little dino or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, you get like a little speed burst thing past the edges of your head or something like that.
Yeah.
And the always difficult thing with VR is seeing footage of it versus actually doing it.
Yeah. Once it's so real.
Entirely
it's so
different.
real, Blood.
Yeah.
Once, you know, you're seeing it versus you're in it.
Yeah.
actually inside of the sewer, you know?
Yeah, because you're 3D stereoscopic vision
Yeah.
and all that.
Anyone who's put on a VR headset should know that.
Yeah. The one I was the most surprised by recently was Deadpool at Summer Game Fest.
Oh, yeah.
That was really good, but it was also one of those games where like I feel like I need a giant room to play this in, to do it properly at least, you know.
Yeah.
So
Sick. Turtles, dude. More turtles is a good thing forever and always. Love it. All right. PUBG is ditching last gen.
yep, it's happening.
Shocking.
It's starting to happen. We're finally starting to say goodbye to those machines.
Wow. After 8 years, PUBG has announced that it will be ditching service for PS4 and Xbox One after November 13th. You have been warned. They want to improve performance, visuals, and stability on consoles. Apparently, it's been prone to crash lately, so it's rough. Progression and purchase items will, of course, carry over to PS5 and Xbox Series X. I would certainly hope so. The new update will support 60 frames per second. Plus, they're doing things to provide a stronger base for future updates as well. That seems nice. Big overhaul. The unlimited money of Fortnite, you know, I don't take those for granted because they've had some radical engine overhauls over the years that really have made that game shine throughout the years. You know, I mean, Fortnite's getting older and older, but it still somehow looks better than ever.
Right.
So this
and just
seems like a
the
good
way that Fortnite has all those people in the giant events and things like that. Like, I don't know how they pull it off with the massive number of people that they do.
It's a combination of unlimited resources, probably.
Yeah.
And talent, though, and production. You know,
Yeah.
like it is a well-oiled machine that should be praised because we see so many times where, you know, some of these games, it's like, what have you been doing for all this time? What is going on? Like, things falling through the cracks and everything.
I mean, well, you not only have to have a lot of bodies, but you realistically, like, you have to have like a good rotation of bodies.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Avoid
I mean, honestly,
burnout
I don't know what the situation is over there if you work on
Definitely.
Fortnite. So
Definitely.
maybe people are getting burned through, but
Yeah.
you know, you don't want that to be happening.
Yeah.
Right. You need to have like enough people to where it's like, okay, people get their nights and weekends and stuff because we're just constantly churning through content.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's kind of insane.
It's never gonna stop.
Ever. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. And I wonder if behind the scenes for PUBG, if they were looking at numbers and just waiting. They're like, okay, finally the last gen is like 7% of our players or, you know, 15% of our players. Let's cut it. And, you know, it's a necessary cut, it seems like, for the future of the game. You know, the game will hopefully be better because of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, 60 frames is... Let's get that 60 frames. That's huge. All right. PUBG. I've always wanted to hop back into PUBG, but I just like...
It's been forever. And then
been
when you
so
see
long.
all the crazy stuff, like the high-end luxury car cross promo for
KFC
PUBG
shit.
and like the K-pop bands, and
I
I'm
haven't
just
played
like,
in
I
so
don't
long.
understand what's happening in PUBG at all. Like,
I just remember when I did play it, I had a lot of fun. You know? I was like, oh. Sometimes that's all it takes. Like, some people get so negative about like really popular games, and they're like, screw that. It's like...
you know,
play
what
for a
was
little
weird?
bit, you'll have fun, and then just like put it away. But then you'll know, like, oh, that thing over there that I don't play, it's actually kind of cool.
What was one of the crazier things? Probably not anymore at this point, but like my brother, who basically doesn't play video games anymore, like somehow got into like PUBG Mobile for a while on his phone.
That's so funny.
Of all the things, like that's
so
somehow somebody told him about that and he started playing it.
Yeah. This game, I remember this game. Okay, this game's not out.
It's out soon. And
This is crazy.
They actually introduce it.
All right, everybody. Henry Halfhead.
Yeah.
I thought this game had been out. Coming out September 16th to Switch, to PS5, and PC. Plays a little weird guy. Whatever you jump on, you basically possess and play as those objects.
Yeah.
Poltergeist.
Jump on an apple, roll the apple onto your plate, jump on a knife, cut the apple up, eat the apple.
Yeah.
Odyssey meets Mind Jack.
Yeah, Odyssey is a
Delicious.
good call, Damiani. It's very similar to Odyssey in that sense.
There are 250 different playable objects. That is awesome. Local co-op mode sounds awesome. I played an early demo a long time ago. This game has been in development now for 4 years. So that is a little hefty. And there'll be a 25% launch discount, $13.
Yeah.
I just want to give a real nice big shout out to the year of 2025 having for real 10 out of 10 video games that are less than $20.
Yeah.
Or like Ninja Gaiden Rage Bound $25.
Close.
Like,
wasn't it yeah. The Power Wash Simulator 2 did a big thing about that too when they announced it like $25, same as the original. After listing all like the new things, it's like
awesome.
$25.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty
There have
good,
been so many incredible games this year for budget prices.
Yeah.
Citizen Sleeper 2. Come on now, everyone. That's actually my favorite game of the year. Sorry.
Yeah.
And Mafia.
And you can see just from like, the examples and stuff that are in the trailer that like developers have just had so much fun just messing around with ideas and physics and things like that. And it's like, what if you jump on this thing? What if you jump on that? What if you do this? And that demo you played, which was like probably 2 or 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got a little sense of that in just one room that they had for you.
I know it's completely different, but just kind of the tone and the sandbox nature give me a little Katamari vibes of just like we're in this sandbox manipulating the environments in really quirky, fun ways.
Yeah. Well, the one that for whatever sticks to me as being kind of similar is, and maybe it's because it's some of the same people promoting it, but is Thank Goodness You're Here.
Yes, thank goodness you're here.
Yeah.
Even the fly game a little bit.
Oh, Time Flies.
Time Flies. I don't play that.
Yeah,
Just
them
like,
too.
These
Yep.
like cool little quirky games. Meet Henry, merely half ahead, yet with the peculiar ability to become any object within their reach. Discover every object's unique abilities and cleverly combine them to take Henry through their not so ordinary everyday life. Hell yeah. Coming out September 16th. Also, a demo you can download
Sick.
on Steam. Alrighty. Blood and Isla both have been playing a little-known gem that is pretty hyped.
Tearing up the shorts right now.
Yeah. Tiny Bookshop.
Yo, yeah, I played it for like 5 or 6 hours the first day I played it, and then today I played it for another like 3 or 4. I just got through summer.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
So I had there's like a bonfire at the end of summer, and now I'm in the fall.
Nice.
So I got a cool new location. This game is so cozy.
It looks very peaceful.
It's crazy. And it's also like it fully is just cashing in on the, I don't know if it's exclusively lesbian backup plan, but like maybe just feminine backup plan of owning a cozy bookstore somewhere as like a fallback. But man, it scratches the itch of like that dream, and like kind of you hear everybody saying it right now, but like life is real nuts right now for a lot of people, and this game just it feels so peaceful and so nice.
Looks
to just have yeah, it is therapeutic to have just like a safe town, like a small town vibe where it's safe and inclusive and no one is gonna come after you for anything, and it's just really nice. And you can customize the heck out of your bookshop, and there's like a surprising amount of like management kind of to it without getting too stressful, but you're getting to know the town, you're getting to know the locations you can travel to each day. There is a bit of a calendar situation, like it doesn't feel quite as time pressure as like a Persona or whatever, where it's like, what can I do on this exact day? But, you pick where to go each day, and based on which day it is, there could be, the waterfront might be having, the fisherman's sale, or if it's a Saturday, there might be the flea market happening at the town square, So you want to maybe make sure you're at those if you meet the requirements. For the Fisher's Market, you have to have 3 or more maritime items or they get mad at you. But, not, friendly mad. But,
Yeah.
We got one buoy.
yeah, and it's, I haven't seen that before. This trailer is spoilery. Yeah, and so, there's a lot of little ideas about what you have to do. But then also, day to day, you're selling books and you stock your shelves with the certain amounts of books that you want to go on the shelves. And then customers will come in and sometimes they'll have requests for a recommendation. And this is actually one of the first things that really surprised me is that it's actual books.
Yeah, I was shocked too.
Oh, that's
like
fun.
they're
Yeah.
all real books, like
all real
Wuthering
books.
Heights and like.
And like
Dragon
pretty
Ball is
niche.
in there, right? Like Dragon Ball
yeah.
Volume 1. Like
There's some pretty niche stuff in there. Like Annihilation is in there. Like it's like sometimes it's like my actual book collection. Like I had one store where it was like Annihilation, one of my favorite books, and then they had Fragments of Sappho, or If Then Winter, which is like fragments of sapphic poetry, which I also own.
yeah, but
And it's
it'd
just
be
like-
crazy, Huber, because somebody will come in and they'll be like, I want something that's like a play, but there's some kind of, murder happening or something like that, and
Yeah.
and you kind
Clue.
of have to look through. The titles and see if there's anything that matches what they want. And sometimes it'll be in a genre that they're requesting, and other times it might be in something else.
Yeah.
I'm curious if the game, because sometimes they get so weirdly specific where they're like, I want a horror book that's a play that's got romance and a sad ending or whatever. And like, it makes me wonder if the game, reads the back end tags that it has for all the books and
Yeah.
generates a recommendation request that you do have if you know your books well enough. Like I wonder if you always do have it or if sometimes you don't, because like you
I
can
think
get them
that there are
wrong.
definitely times that you don't have them, but I'm curious if it's like you don't have them, but you did have them at the start of the day, but somebody else bought
Yeah.
it, kind of thing.
Yeah, because as the day goes on, you get lower and lower on books, and it gets harder and harder to fulfill a request. But
There-
yeah, it's really cool, and you like look at which books sell better at which locations. For example,
Yeah, you can put
the-
kids' books on the lower shelves.
Oh, okay.
you can put kids' books on lower shelves, or you can get the step ladder, which gives you a bonus for kids' books higher shelves. The coffee machine is expensive, but worth it. I will say that.
Oh, okay. I have no
I
money,
just got
so
that.
it's just like real life.
Good economy.
Yeah, it's the
Sick.
economy, Huber, is like legit. You really have to like manage the store.
Yeah,
But
because some of the stuff
also-
that you put in your shop, like your decorations and stuff, will have a daily cost. And then, like different parts of town,
Upkeep.
it's going to cost you more to go to that part of town
Uh-huh.
than some other part of town. And
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of little things like that.
So
And
you
then
can't really hoard your money forever because you're always kind of spending some.
Well, and then yeah, like Isla was saying, like if you go to like the flea market or one of these other, you talk to somebody there, a lot of people have extra trinkets and things, and it's like,
Yeah.
do you want to spend money on those trinkets? And there's also the classified ads where there's like boxes of old books where it's just kind of like it's kind of like cracking packs.
Cracking packs.
And so it's like you get descriptions of like what might be in the box, but it's kind of vague. You're still not sure. And over time, some of those boxes will go down. Sometimes you can just like get a box for no money because somebody just wants it out of their garage.
Nice.
But there are also like I was saying, she got to the end of summer. There are things that are only on sale for that season. So it's like you want to try to save up.
Do
to get 'em.
you play as a created character or
No.
You're just you. So there's no, you don't see yourself. There's no avatar for you.
got it?
Which at first I was like, oh, it'd be nice to have a little character. But then I was like, oh, well, you don't really need a character. You're just, you're
Just
doing
you.
your thing.
Nice.
Yeah, you're just you. And like, what's really nice, the other kind of side to what makes this game so special is the little cast of characters. And there's a bunch of recurring characters that live in the town that will come by day to day. Some of them are, more frequent. They frequent some locations rather than others. But you get to know them, and you kind of can do little, they're not called side quests, they're like called memories or whatever, but you can achieve little goals for the locations and for the characters. And when you do that, it's really kind of nice because you'll often get like an item or a decoration that can go on your bookshop. For example, I collected some shells for this little kid character, who, if you're looking at the screen, is kneeling on the left there on the kind of title screen. And, because at the beginning of summer, she wanted to be a marine biologist. She was really interested in that. But then by the end of the summer, she's lost interest in that. And she's like, you can keep the shells. And,
Is that Harper?
and I was like, yeah, Harper. Yeah. And I was like, what? Like, you don't want them? And she's like, I'll make you something pretty, And so then she made me this like garland of seashells
That's so cute.
that gets its own special place on the side of the shop, like
Love that.
really it's stuff like that where it's like, sorry to spoil that one example, but like,
I think some of that stuff might be a little randomized too, because I haven't had her ask for anything like that yet. I'm still early, but
you have to, there are like prerequisites per
Yeah.
location to get things to happen. So like you'll have to visit the beach 3 times or do
Right,
this or
okay.
that before the next thing will happen. So it's like it kind of gates the story. Some of it is by season, but some of it is by kind of your attendance, or if you hit requisites, then kind of the next thing will happen. So yeah, if you, I don't remember what triggered her to say that, but after I had done something else, she was like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" Like,
Got
and I
it.
was like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
yeah.
sure."
You said you said there's like a time management system. Is there a fail state to the game, or is it pretty chill and you kind of just go at your own pace?
It doesn't seem like there's a fail state. It seems like you can certainly maybe miss things. Like,
I'm curious
The
what would
one
happen
thing
if you
I'm-
completely ran out of money and books.
yeah,
Like, I don't know how that would work.
I think
File for
the
bankruptcy.
game. I think the game might give you, they might throw in the free books
Yeah.
more often when you have low money for a certain number of days or something like that. And I have seen my number. My wallet went negative once. I had negative $1 one time, but I was at a location. So I don't know, but yeah, you figure out like kind of the systems and all the decorations and all the things you put in your bookshop. Kind of combo, as you can see on the left of the screen right now, if you're looking at the video, they combo to increase or decrease your odds of selling a certain kind of book. So
Nice.
there are classics and fantasy books and fact books and kids books and whatever.
Yeah.
Different locations will sell different types of books better, but also you can set up your bookshop to sell certain kinds of things better or worse. And,
AOE
like,
buffs.
Well, yeah, that
mean,
literally is like
basically.
there are all of these like essentially like accessories like you would have in an RPG. And if you manage to find the book that somebody's looking for, Huber, it gives you like a 50% buff on all the genres.
That's really cool.
yeah. And like I have mine set up right now, maybe because the girl who sells plants is kind of cute, but like I have my thing set up to have a lot of plants on it. And I also have a watering can that I can activate when I can choose when to activate it. And when I activate it, it gives plus like 30% to all of my plant effects. So what I do is I wait until I correctly recommend a book because that makes people inspired to buy more. And then I activate my watering can, which then increases my sales for certain types of books. And then like I'll just have like a 12-second bonanza of like crazy sales.
Yeah.
And then like if the coffee is active and stuff like that, and like I haven't gotten it yet, but like you can get other stuff where it's like there's a newspaper stand where if you sell a fact book, there's a % chance that someone will buy a newspaper as well. Like it gets really kind of crunchy without feeling overwhelming.
I love that.
Yeah, I think it's one of
balance.
those things where it's like you can dive into all the kind of like min-maxing stats and stuff if you want, but you really don't have to.
You probably don't,
Yeah.
super have to.
I like
And yeah,
that
you
because
can
then when you
paint
do
a
it,
lot
you
of
feel really
stuff.
rewarded, but you never really get bogged down in the nitty gritty of
Yeah, if you just want to put plants around your shop, you don't
Yeah.
care what they do. That's fine.
cool.
And then you can
Yeah.
just lean into that. Like you can go decoration first, and then stock your books according to like what your decorations are going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my bookshop is covered in ivy and has plants all over it. Like you can barely tell it's a a building. It's just like a big blob of plants coming down the road.
That's fun.
But it looks really nice. And yeah, I mean, the main thing that I'm trying to get is another set of shelves because I have one big shelf and one crate.
Yeah, I've got
I
that
max-
stupid box too. Yeah.
Yeah, I max out at 48 books right now. And I just got into the autumn, and I'm pretty sure that another bookshelf will come up on the newspaper, and then maybe the flea market or the farmer or whatever it's called, flea market, and maybe the dock guy will sell me because in the trailer there's like a boat themed bookcase that I saw, so I was like, oh, okay, maybe Walt sells that, but like,
Have
yeah, I
you
don't know
learned
what's
what
up.
danger does? Because the cactus has 2% danger, and I'm like, what does this mean?
Yeah, there are some items that have danger. I have a plant that has like 30% danger, and I was like, what the hell does that
Like
mean?
a cactus,
And I-
like someone can.
Yeah, I
Get
think
hurt?
they can bump it or something. But I have another item that reduces danger. I think danger might interact with other stuff where it's like it might increase your sales for crime books and decrease your sales for kids books or something. I mean, I just made that up, but it might do something like that.
Yeah, I had one item that was sort of like that, where it was just like it's this gigantic pile of effects, and like, what the heck? Oh yeah, it's the cursed baby doll. Did you see that?
I just bought that.
Sounds like a Resident Evil item.
Well, at first I was like, wow, this thing does a lot of stuff, but if you read it closely, it does a bunch of stuff if you fail a recommendation.
Yeah.
Then you get like a buff for a certain amount of time. So it's funny because it's like, can you kit out your bookstore to like give bad recommendations, but then boost your sales by doing that? Like, I don't know. It's crazy. It's such a nice game, and like it's such a surprise because it just kind of came out of nowhere for
Yeah, I
me.
never
like
heard of it until you were talking about it.
we'd maybe seen trailers for
Yeah,
it.
I've
before,
definitely
but,
I've definitely seen a lot of promo for it, but
yeah.
I think
I'd-
the way it caught on has definitely surprised me, because like we
Yeah.
saw that it was on the top of the Switch sales charts, and then like I had opened Steam this week, and it was like sitting right there, and I was like, okay, let me download this thing.
95% positive reviews
Yeah.
on Steam. Steam users love it. And it's
Yeah.
on sale for $18.
And like Isla was saying, it's like it's got
And there's a demo.
that one more day effect, because you do everything like day by day, and so it's
Yeah.
like you wrap up, and then you're like, oh, I got another location, let me go check that out, or
Yeah.
I got this thing, I want to try that, or whatever.
Yeah, you get really sucked in.
It looks like it'll be one of those games where it's like in people's top 10s for the end of the year. Just like, Tiny Bookshop really hit me. Cozy game. It looks
Yeah.
like that good. Like, and the way people are talking about it, especially you, Isla.
It's really nice. It's been really nice lately. Yeah.
That's awesome. The right game at the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
Love it.
real.
Love it. Any other thoughts on Tiny Bookshop?
It's great. And it's a great Switch 2 title.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
Something to put on your Switch.
put a note
Imagine
on
that.
that. Heck yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking
Yeah.
about that. I assume at least one human listening to this podcast is going to check this game out now. Guaranteed. It's happening. Let us know if it's you, chat. Alrighty. Thank you, Isla.
You're welcome. See you later.
Dawn. Casanova, we talked about this game years ago.
Yeah.
I feel like somewhere.
That's what it feels like.
30 days on ship. 30 days on ship. This is a cargo container game, right? If memory serves me
Yes,
correctly.
I was extremely pumped up about it. You first put it on my radar.
Someone, they had announced it, and then the announcement of it, the concept announcement of it blew the hell up. Everyone for like 2 days was like obsessed with the idea of this game, but now it's here and it's playable. Tell us about it, Don.
The demo just dropped, I believe, today, and so I got Gabby and I and Blood joined in a little bit there at the end, but we played a little bit of it earlier. We didn't have time before the podcast began to get through the whole demo, but we got a taste of it, Huber, and yeah, I was excited about this, I guess like a lot of other people, because for some reason, the concept of being abandoned on a sort of mysterious cargo ship is an appealing thing.
So cool.
And so we got into it today, and I didn't quite know what to expect because I pretty much, since I heard that original announcements, I'm like, yes, I love the sound of that, and I didn't see a lot more. So, but I don't know how crazy the game gets, but the demo was pretty crazy. Some of it because of operator error, I would call it. I had some trouble climbing some pipes and shimmying, etc. But some of it also because the game itself is a little bit, buggy. It's in a little bit of a still work in progress state to a certain extent, even though the demo is playable. I think we still had a blast with it, and maybe some of it is going to be the really fun part of it. Is a little bit of the jankiness, honestly, in the end, might kind of lend itself to the fun. But essentially, it's like kind of like a survival game where you're getting a whole bunch of resources. It looks like there's crafting.
You're so dialed in because you just rewatched Castaway.
I just watched Castaway.
And there's a Castaway reference in there.
There was.
Are you serious? Wilson
was there.
Was literally there. I don't know how they can get away with it, Huber, but he was there. Yeah. So who knows what else they're going to throw in there. But overall, I had fun with it. It does seem like there's going to be a lot to do in terms of
Don kept eating raw meat.
Yeah,
Everyone should know this.
I was eating raw crab, and that did not pay off well. So I forgot the first rule of shellfish is don't eat it raw, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Good grief,
So I was getting sick, blurry vision, all this stuff. Some things surprised me about it. For instance, it's not just the ship you're on. We actually jumped off the ship at one point, plunged into the ocean, went to the bottom of the ocean. We're swimming around there. There's like sunken cargo containers down there. Different varying levels of locks on these cargo containers. So, you got to like craft tools, different types of tools to be able to gain access. When you gain access, you get all kinds of resources from them. I'm sure there's going to be, there's captain's logs we were stumbling across a little bit and stuff like that.
For you, Don, is there a kraken?
No sign of a kraken yet. Here, it's finally the world's coming. I appreciate that, Huber. I appreciate that very much. Flawless pronunciation at last. Not everyone gets that right. But no sign of a kraken. But I wouldn't be surprised because who knows? There are a couple of sharks swimming around down there. Okay, so there's definitely creatures. I came across a pirate, not like a Skull and Bones style pirate that you think of S&B, but sort of more of a modern day pirate.
Captain Phillips. Keep with the Tom Hanks nods here. Yeah. Castaway and Captain Phillips.
Yeah, this guy was hostile. He had like a 2-foot machete,
Whoa.
That guy that was just floating in the air?
Yeah, so floating in the air unintentionally, I should point out. That's the thing about it. A lot of bugs on this demo, okay?
So probably coming in early access, do we know?
It felt like early access.
That would make sense.
This was very, this early access, but again...
Is this a GTA 5 mod? Kind of looks like it. That's what I'm saying.
Ultimately, I think, like I said before, I'm going to reiterate, some of this quirky stuff might not get ironed out, and maybe that'll be for the benefit of it, because Gabby and I, for a couple times, really were busting up laughing at some of this ridiculousness that was taking place, intended and unintended. But I don't know. It seems mysterious. It seems curious. I'm definitely going to get into it more. Definitely maybe not what I was expecting immediately, but at the same time, I didn't quite know what to expect. But, it starts on the ship in a rainstorm, lightning storm, all this stuff you want. So I think a lot of people are going to check it out.
Do you have a room that you rest in and
that was
tidy up?
There was like a mattress and like a grill on top of one of the containers.
On top of another container. See, that was the thing, Huber. My expectations for this game was I thought you're going to start in an empty container. And I thought you're going to have to venture into the ship, get stuff, get back to the safety of your container and build it up that way. And then, whatever threats exist on the ship, you have to kind of dance around.
You got to get in there and find some clothes, get a wetsuit.
Yeah.
Get some scuba gear.
So I wouldn't, like I said, I didn't complete the demo. We didn't quite have time. So it may get to that point where you do have a little, I wouldn't be surprised. I hope it goes there kind of deal. But at this point, we were just exploring the ship, gaining access to different areas, collecting resources, crafting, all that sort of stuff. But it's sort of bizarre setting, bizarre scenario. You don't exactly know what's going on with it. So
yeah, the shot in the trailer that I thought was really funny was when you crack open one of the containers, and then it's like a pile of Power Soul just starts pouring out.
So
like
fun.
they're not in boxes or anything. They're just loose Power Souls in the container.
Yeah, it's the fun thing. Yeah, you go into these containers and they've got just like weird. Gabby was mentioning that like this is the most inefficient shipping methods or something like that because there's like a box of plushies, a weird backpack, and then like sink parts or something. It was just strange. The mysterious world of shipping, but.
It says the goal of the game, Don, is to survive for the 30 days. So did you get to go to sleep? And is there like a timer or a countdown on the days or any of that?
That's the funny thing. I didn't actually notice a countdown or a timer. There was no sort of time thing happening. But it's an interesting thing with the 30 days because you know that is the amount of time it takes for a cargo ship to cross the Pacific Ocean, I believe. So it's a neat little concept of, I wonder if you go into port at the end or something like that. That could be curious.
Very cool.
So a lot of mystery still on this one, but the demo's out there, so go have some fun with it, I'd say. Mess around. Doesn't hurt.
Demo is available on Steam. Steam, man. Every game has a demo. It's crazy.
I love demos.
Yeah. And it's multiplayer, it seems like, too.
Yeah, we didn't get to check out that aspect of it, but that really sounds fun as hell, I think, too.
Yeah.
Just going to be a lot of laughs with this game, I think. I think this game might be really silly.
Sick. All right, it's time for Love and Respect. Love and Respect.
Respect.
What up, allies? This is from Chris Early. Irely. Something that's been on my mind recently is how there's been a shift in my relationship in gaming. Been a gamer for over 25 years now, started around the time of Super Nintendo. I remember being so much more hyped when it came to new games coming out. I could sit for hours and play late into the night, and I would just have such an excitement when it came to my favorite hobby. However, the past 5 years or so, I've been feeling less enthusiastic about gaming. Don't get me wrong, I still love video games, and they're still my biggest hobby, but now that I'm pushing 38, I feel like the relationship has changed a lot from where I used to be. As an example, I'm way more tired now than I am. I used to be able to play like 15 hours straight. Now after like 2 or 3, I'm like, I'm going to go for a walk. I feel like more tired than I used to be, so I don't play as much now. Also because of work responsibilities. But the few hours I do have to game, a good portion of the time I'm about to play something, I pass out on my couch. Me too. Also, I feel like games are less exciting to me than they once were. Partly, I think I've been gaming so long, I've kind of seen it all, and games less and less surprise me. This is true. Like, a lot of games are good, but I'm less blown away as I used to be. That, to me, is like with everything in life. Like, you're a kid, and you see an ice cream cone, and it's like the craziest fucking thing of all time. It's just, we're old, and just, we're old, some of that youthful magic, no matter how much you love things, like that just fades with time. It's depressing. I think the last game that truly blew me away was FF7 Rebirth. Absolutely. For me, it was Lies of P Overture. That was the last thing where I was just like, gah! Especially because it kind of goes with this of like, we've seen it all, We've seen so many Souls-likes, they don't surprise me anymore. But Lies of P still got me. So there's hope. Because of this feeling, I find it hard sometimes to start new games, usually due to less excitement and more out of obligation to move on to the next game, and also just trying to get my mindset on a new game. So my question is this. How has your relationship with gaming changed now that you've gotten older? Is the excitement around gaming diminished somewhat over the years for yourself? And how do you navigate the complexities of gaming while also dealing with the growing responsibilities of life? Your perspectives may differ from mine since gaming is a major part of your careers, but I'm curious of your insights.
I definitely relate on the tiredness angle of it. Because I definitely will have those nights where like, I think even Tuesday was like one of those things where it's like, I'm going to, come home from group stream, I'm going to have dinner, and then I'm going to finish that game. And it's like, I'm going to bed.
Yep.
And then I finished the game the next day, and then it was kind of like cramming everything together. But it's like, it's you just have those nights where it's like, I'm just too tired. But then on the other hand of it, I have some games that will like put me to sleep and some games that will keep me awake. And it's not even about them being good or bad, but there's just something about those games, right? And like Donkey Kong Bonanza is one of those games where I'm like, I just like keep playing and keep playing. I'm like, I'll go over there, I'll do that, and it does something that like whereas like when we were talking about Tiny Bookshop, it's like, this is really cool. This is a bad idea to start this game after midnight.
Totally.
But again, it's not about the quality. It's just like about the nature of like, oh, okay, we're just gonna chill out, and it's like that's not working for me right now. Oh, we're gonna read a lot. That's not working for me right now. But if I'm like really active on like a Donkey Kong or like a Souls or something
you don't
like
stop.
that,
It keeps moving.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. So. But sometimes it doesn't necessarily fit like what you might preconceive. Like just for whatever reason, this particular game is making me tired.
Rogue Legacy 2.
And it's annoying because I want to be playing it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rogue Legacy 2, I'll never sleep. Just play it forever.
But a lot of that other stuff, it is like, we're the weirdos. Like we have to play games. Sometimes we have to move on to another game when we want to finish something. And,
Oh, yeah.
How many times have I hopped back into Claire Obscure? And then it's like, well, I'm going to Poland again. So
this year's so dumb. I've never been halfway through so many games at once. It's super annoying. Like the amount of games I've finished this year is so minimal compared to years past. I really feel like I'm halfway through like 15 games. It's not fun. What do you say, Damiani?
No, I can't. Some games I can't do that because I don't want to come back like later down the road. I don't trust myself.
I know. Nothing I can do about it.
Too many. I mean, if you have that many games you're taking on, obviously. But you're talking about like starting a game late and be like, this is gonna put me to sleep, or I shouldn't play this. I think it was like on the border of like when I was like, it's gonna be too late. Maybe like I was pretty sure I was getting close to the end of Death Stranding 2. And it was like 10 p.m. and I'm like,
that's not a good idea considering how the first one went.
I was like, it's 10 p.m. I was like, no, like, man, like how many phases have I gone through something of this? I'm like, I'm good. And it's like 5 hours later, like, I've gone this far. We're not stopping until this train arrives at the
all the way.
station.
If you don't know exactly where that Kojima game is going to end, you don't do that.
Man. I gotta
It's really
keep
nice
watching.
It's really nice if you pause the cutscene in Death Stranding 2. There's a little meter for how long it'll be.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can.
I didn't even know that because I don't think I paused once.
Yeah.
I did. Well, yeah, you have that anxiety too because like, is pushing the button gonna pause or skip?
Kojima knows. Kojima's
so true. So true.
Yeah. I think we should. Yeah, I'll bring up like examples here to kind of really dive into this question. Is Donkey Kong Bonanza and Death Stranding 2. You both just brought those up. Those are two like 10 out of 10 games. Critically acclaimed, phenomenal, best in the biz. Do you still feel the magic playing these games, or because...
Oh, you weren't here for our thing last week. Yeah, no. Like, we both beat DK and like, holy crap.
So you're
that game escalates.
So even though we are getting older, we still have the magical vibes. Good.
And I think if you look at the random nonsense that I put as our news stories this week, like there is a lot of
so many good games,
neat little things out there that like it. Maybe it's not blowing you away like when you saw the fake Killzone 2 trailer or whatever.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
But it's like. But there's still like other ways of people being creative, right?
Yeah.
And Bonanza.
You got in Rage Bound.
Yeah, Bonanza is like one of those things where it's like what the heck is this level, dude? Like, what are we doing now? What do I have to throw salt at what?
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's good.
I would say like it's less often than before that I'm getting excited and blown away by new game new games and what they're showing off in them.
Yeah.
But I mean, you did illustrate 2 games back to back. Bonanza was one of those, and Death Stranding 2.
Incredible.
Even going back and playing Death Stranding 1, like it did put some things in check for me about because and I also had to remember it was weird because I played vanilla Death Stranding, then Death Stranding 2, then director's cut Death Stranding, which I had to like look up like when were these actually added?
Yeah.
Because some of these because I know they added like the Metal Gear part pretty fast, but some of the quality of life stuff didn't come to
the like racing, right? Cut. Wasn't there like racing?
There's
a
racetrack, yeah. I was just like, wow, there's a lot of quality of life things that were in 2 that are actually in 1. But wait, no, that's the director's cut, which only came 2 years before 2 came out. So I was like, so they were probably working on those for 2. So like I should credit 2 with those, not necessarily like 1. And I'm like, it gets in that weird thing. But anyway, like it did bring down just a tiny bit. Like, oh, some of this was I just forgot they had already done stuff like this in 1, but 2, like the way it took all of that and the fact that like you could argue it's still so similar mechanically, but yet like it's still so like I can't stop I can't stop playing it when I was playing it. I just want to keep playing it. There are all those articles coming out by like people are like 100% at Death Stranding 2 and 1 already and are still just playing it. Yeah, and for no reason other than to keep playing it. Because like I think it's just like a very therapeutic game to play, despite it seemingly being frustrating in parts. Like
it somehow makes me depressed and happy at the same time.
Yeah, like I just like building things and seeing how it directly impacts like the environment around you, and also like pays off immediately towards like your progression. It's like a lot of games do that, but this does in a way that's packaged in something that appeals to someone like me, and also like I still like Kojima's crazy wacky stories and characters. Like I'm still it might be played out at this point for a lot of people, but like, and there's obviously been a few misfires here and there in the past, but it's still some of the best when he's on point with it, and he was on point with several characters in my opinion for this game. For Death Stranding 2.
Agree. Yeah, I still find the magic in games. It's my favorite thing on earth, and there are so many good ones. We always talk about it on this podcast. Just people lament the state of AAA gaming, and it's like, well, we got Donkey Kong and Death Stranding. Those are AAA games, so amazing. But then just the indie scene and the $25 and under games we talk about all the time. There are unlimited. I think that plays into being less hyped more than age, is because
you don't have time to anticipate
there
anything.
And
you can't keep up because there's so much stuff.
You're always behind. There's always something around the corner. It's just like there's so much content.
Yeah, because people will ask me, it's like, what are you looking forward to playing at Gamescom the most?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I gotta look through my bookings.
Literally nothing.
What is it?
I don't want to play any game that's not out. Like, it doesn't excite me at all. It's like, cool, I'll check it out. Even Resident Evil, it's like, I'll wait. I got 80 other games back here that I still need to play. I will say the one thing that has really lost its magic for me, but it'll come back. Case in point, Battlefield. Because Battlefield has lost a little magic, but Battlefield 6 felt magical. So like, I think it's just a lot of ebbs and flows. But I will say Souls-likes in general have kind of lost a little bit of that magic, even though Lies of P, like I just finished saying, is a fucking 10 out of 10, one of my favorite games of all time. I'll say, though, that it just has lost a lot of the mystique.
Yeah.
Like Souls games used to just be engulfed in mystique and mystery and
I think
discovery and hype. Like,
you're right, but I think that's why, in a weird way, I think that's one of the reasons that Lies of P stands out for you, because it's not about being like, oh, so mysterious, what does it all mean? It's like, we're going to be a little bit more direct in our storytelling. They tell a narrative. Yeah.
Exactly. And they combine the best of both worlds, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and Sekiro.
Yeah.
Best game. Coming to PS Plus. Don't skip it.
It's out already on PS
It's
Plus.
out.
Yeah.
It's out now. Play Lies of P, y'all. Sick. Yeah, so I think it's just ebbs and flows. Definitely, with everything in life, you get older, things get a little more serious and less exciting. But, yeah. Maybe to end it, Chris, check out something outside of your comfort zone to excite you.
Yeah.
maybe a genre or something that you've never played or don't think you would play, try it out.
Yeah. Well, especially if you look, like the Switch eShop has that new recommendation feature and Steam and stuff. Like if you look at those games that like are for whatever random reason like 60% off or 85% off this week, and like
Yeah.
look through there and like what's got some good vibes that like, okay, I wouldn't have checked this out. It's not the hot new thing right now.
Yeah.
But everyone's said it's a good game, so
Yeah.
give it a whirl.
Rogue Legacy 2. Alrighty. Jeff Kendall. Oh, did Donner? Gabby have any? Sorry.
That's okay. You can go on.
Okay.
Okay.
From Jeff Kendall. Greetings and salutations, allies. I have been going back to do runs in FTL, Damiani. I've been going back to do runs in FTL recently, and I've realized something. I have not actually had a single winning run of FTL on regular difficulty.
Oh, on normal, yeah.
How many have you had, Damiani? You've played this
I've only
game.
had I've only had on normal, only a handful.
Wow.
So even on easy is not like I think I only have like maybe like a 60-70% win rate on easy, and then probably like 20% win rate or less on normal.
Wow.
And I think I've only beaten hard like once.
Crazy, dude.
And it was like using some strats that I had to like look up. I was like, oh, I need a little bit of
The
help
meta.
here. Like,
Let me see the meta.
Yeah, I was like, what am I missing here that doesn't work on the lower difficulties? Like, oh, I see.
Nice.
It's not a guarantee. No
Yeah.
matter how much you play it, even on the easiest difficulty.
Damiani loves FTL like I love Rogue Legacy and Darkest Dungeon, like straight up. This is an especially unique position for me to be in, as I can't think of any games I return to often that I haven't had any real success in. Despite my failures, I still come back to the game and enjoy my time with it. Do the allies have any games they have played often that they have no real success in? And also, if anyone has tips to get me over the hump, please help. Damiani, that's you. I have at least made it to the final battle of a run on regular difficulty, at least. I just said Darkest Dungeon. I never beat 1. I'm at the last act in 2. When I was playing 1 so much, I was like, this is a game I truly don't ever need to beat, and I'm okay with that. But every single run is just so damn fun that I just can't put it down. Like, that's a game I'm going to always return to. Darkest Dungeon 1 and 2, always. Like, obsessed with those games.
I wasn't nearly as deep into it as you were, but yeah, Rogue Legacy 2 is a game where, like, I felt like I put a lot of time in it, and I, like, did not make a lot of progress.
Takes a lot of runs, for sure. It's tough.
Yeah.
But then you just keep getting those upgrades, and it's so addicting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a lot there.
God, I love that game. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit, Rogue Legacy 2. Talk about turn your brain off while also thinking a lot. Does that make sense? Like,
Sure.
you think a shitload about the game, but it's just like so engrossing and addicting. Your mind is just like, oh, God. Love that game.
Yeah. I think of like Vampire Survivors. Like,
Yeah,
you're gonna
dude.
not win for. It's just like you just gotta build up, you know.
Yeah.
Like and get to a point where you can overcome the DPS check on the first map, and then things start clicking, and then you start seeing like what combinations work best and give you like the upgrades and going from there.
Yeah.
Same with like Hades is another one that like you're probably not gonna win for a while, and then like.
Yeah.
The whole thing about, well, when you get to it, it's like, wait, what? I have to now do this? Like, oh, okay. FTL, like, yeah, I think the simplest advice specifically for FTL is like, if you don't want to like read anything, I would strongly suggest reading about like build priorities in terms of like what you should be going for, because it's very easy to fall into the trap of like picking like I pick this weapon and then I pick this thing, and like it feels like you have freedom, and like honestly I think there is supposed to be a degree of that, but like people have quickly have found out now
The meta.
the meta, and like but also like general rules of like if you're gonna go for this, you need to go all in on these things, like drones. If you're gonna go like drone build and like go for that, you need to get all the things for it and have those things in place, and not like and maybe like have something that complements it, like weaponry wise or stuff like that. And then also you need to like the rules of the map, like playing odds and making sure to maximize like visits to as many locations on the map while you're there. Learning about like what like kind of early things you can buy to get you over like the first hurdle and the harder difficulties, because like it is like harder difficulties just mean like you have a harder, basically like aside from the RNG you got to deal with, like the DPS check. It's like you need to have enough shields, you need to have enough weapons or tactical ability through drones or whatever to be able to overcome enemies, because eventually you're just gonna hit a wall where it's like, oh, you have two measly weapons, you upgrade all your shields, cool, but like you cannot do enough damage to the ship that also has max shields and then like health bar, an armor health level, and then other things that screw with you. It's like you're just, and then like harder difficulties have way more like stuff that the ships can do to you, like mind control and stuff like that, to just like will wreck you if you're not like prepared for it. So I would honestly say like if you're still struggling on normal, like play, like go back to easy if you didn't even go on easy, and get good at like confident at easy, where it's like you're not gonna win every time, but like you just know what you're doing and have a comfortable build.
Yeah.
And then work with that in normal, and then make adjustments as needed to that, so that you reach, because you basically got to reach the final battle like full health and like everything you need to have a chance. Otherwise you're just like, even on easy I've gone there with some wacky combinations, like I just didn't get the dice did not roll my way, and it's like I'm gonna still try. I'm gonna see if I can pull that off because it's fun to see, but more often than not it's like you just can't survive long enough or do enough damage to like, you just, a war of attrition, you lose.
Sick. Gabby or Don, any nigh impossible games that you'll never beat that you still play?
I mean, the only things for me, the only one I can think of recently is like, with like the Capcom Fighting Collection, a couple of these fighting collections that have come out recently.
Yeah.
Just like enjoy the heck out of them. I don't like dialing down the difficulty, because then they become kind of like not as fun actually, even though like many of them I just don't end up beating, or especially obviously going online, you're getting it handed to you. But something about it is just like still really satisfying, just because especially with these collections where you get to like dabble around in these games you didn't get to play so much as a kid, just like endlessly. So that comes to mind recently.
Sick.
Gabby, anything for you?
Not that I can think.
Not off the top of her head.
Cool. Yeah, Gabby already 100%ed Balatro, dude. Nothing standing in her way. All right. G, the finger. Having missed the entire Switch generation, shout out. Like, I feel like you have to try. You had to try hard to miss the entire Switch generation.
Yeah, a little bit. Considering the 150 something million Switches out there.
Yeah.
G the Finger recently purchased a Switch 2. Congrats.
Nice.
And have been catching up on the titles that I've heard about for a decade. Playing Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, and now Donkey Kong Bonanza, back to back to back. I've noticed a design through line. The highs are sublime. I'll never forget the first 10 hours of Breath of the Wild or Bonanza's climax. But huge chunks of hours and even whole worlds blur together. Well, if you're binging them all, I can understand that.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
The sheer density of collectibles and constant micro rewards feels less like intentional level design and more like put everything everywhere, like scrolling TikTok where the dopamine hits are constant but fleeting. I'm 2 dungeons into Breath of the Wild, and I've removed it from my hard drive. I'm feeling mourning in the moment.
Mourning like sadness.
M-O-U.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there should be a U. I'm feeling mourning in the moment-to-moment gameplay. In past games like Mario 64 or Donkey Kong Country 2, limitations seem to force creativity, making each reward feel deliberate and memorable. Why do you think Nintendo has leaned into this denser, short-term gratification style for so long? And do you think it's here to stay? Adoration and admiration.
Yeah. So yeah, that was one of my thoughts too, is like binging those 3.
It's why I like week to week television shows,
Back to
because
back,
when
yeah.
even if you even binge a 10 out of 10 show you're obsessed with, I don't care how big your brain is, that shit's blending together.
Yeah.
That shit, when you watch one at a time or do one thing at a time, it has
like,
impact.
It's like if you like go and like you like, hey, what's the best bakery in town?
Mm-hmm.
And then you buy 3 cakes, and then you eat all 3 cakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Like,
burn it out. Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
I agree.
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
So and you know, you think about the time that went between those, like Breath of the Wild and on Odyssey and then Bonanza, and like think about all of the other things that came out in between there. You know, like Kirby and Forgotten Land, like Yoshi's Crafted World, like F-Zero 99, and like all the different kinds of experiences that Nintendo themselves put out there in between doing these massive games with all of these.
I know. I remember waking up every morning saying, "Where the hell is Odyssey 2?"
Right.
For so many years.
I remember I was so convinced it was happening.
Yeah.
One of the through lines, because I think there's a lot of different through lines you could make with these games design wise, but one of the through lines I think is what these games are about is putting you more in a space you could call more sandboxy style space for play and experimentation and kind of doing things your own way, rather than just being like, here's this level, do the thing we told you to do. Here's this level, do the thing we told you to do. And that's kind of more what, these 3 games in particular and Tears of the Kingdom are kind of more about, is like, here's a big world, there's stuff out there, go have fun.
Yeah.
And so they just have, like, here's, he was saying, like, those micro rewards of like, oh, you go over here, you made the effort to check out what's over there, we put something here for you. And I think that the best example of this is the Korok seed reward, where if you actually go out and you get all of the Korok seeds, they're like, here's a piece of poop, man. Like, we didn't want you to do that. You don't have to 100% this game. That's not what it's about. Mm-hmm. so as sometimes we get too focused on...
I collect 100 packages and all I got was this shirt, the famous GTA one.
Right. Yeah. So I think that's kind of where more Nintendo's going for. It's like, we're going to reward you for doing what you want to do. You don't have to do it all. It's okay. And my approach to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom both was kind of like that, where it was like, and even Elden Ring, where it's like, I'm not trying to binge this game and complete everything as fast as I possibly can. Mm-hmm. What Breath of the Wild came out in March?
Yep.
And I beat that
March
game
7th.
in like December, January.
Oh yeah, it was a slow, beautiful burn.
I just kept going back to it. I'd like, pick up some other game, beat it, go back to Zelda. Pick up some other game, beat it, go back to Zelda. And like Tears of the Kingdom was very similar in how I did that. Like, I think I got through Tears of the Kingdom faster than I did Breath of the Wild, but it was still a pretty long haul. And maybe because of that, maybe not, I don't know. But I never got tired of playing those games.
Yeah.
Like, I could pick that game up and put a couple of nights in and still probably go out there and find more things to do. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's your take, Damiani?
Yeah, I mean, like the sentiment about like maybe not the best idea to play them back to back to back like that, because I could speak uniquely saying that like I reviewed Breath of the Wild and I had a deadline for it, like a hard deadline, and so having to play that game, 12 to 16 hours a day, and it still took like 10 days or a little over a week to beat it. And that was like me being super enthusiastic about it and everything. I still felt like burnt. I was like, okay. Oh God. I was like, I need like a week off or something.
Yeah, no games for a week.
That's insane. So, I mean, I don't think you're playing 16 hours a day, but like even playing like 5 to 6 hours a day of that like nonstop, like every day seems like maybe like it can end up being a bit much. I mean, it does feel like there's a lot of normalization of that, because you see a lot of like Twitch people who will, play 8 hours a day of a game.
Yeah.
They might wait a little bit, but like they just full play through it and do 8 hours a day. And it seems like, well, they're doing it, I should be doing it. And it's like, not really. That's like them trying to like make a living doing that, versus you might work a job or do other things, and then you're trying to do this on top of that, which is not highly recommended. But beyond that, Yeah, the last thing I'll say, because we said a lot about this, is about like the content. Like I do feel like games like Breath of the Wild and the Fallout Tears of the Kingdom and similar style of open world games. Obviously, if you want 100% something, you're having a great time. Do that. But it's not for everybody. And I think the reason these games put so much content into them, as you say, that might not like feel like it's too much and you can't really do anything and there's not something for everyone. Well, sorry, there's not everything. There's not for you. There is something there for everybody, which I think is the point. These games are trying to cast as wide of a net to catch as many players to become more of like a bigger seller, to be more evergreen, to have like this widespread appeal. And so, yeah, don't ever feel like, you need to do everything in the game, or that Nintendo even intentionally put everything in there. As Blood even said, like the Cork Seed, like they obviously like they know people are gonna do it, but they're like trying to be like, you really shouldn't have to do it, or you can feel remotely like it's like worthwhile to do. So yeah, like that, like I think maybe understanding that is that you can maybe find what you liked about those games and keep focusing on those. If you didn't like the dungeons, and I don't blame you in Breath of the Wild, it's like if you mean the divine beast, and technically you don't have to do them. You can just do other things and then go to the part you're supposed to go to and advance the game. You actually can do that. If you like the shrines, just focus on the shrines. Like exploration, explore the whole world, and then try and go do the thing you got to do. Like there's, it does allow for that level of freedom. And in other similar games, all the different mini games and excesses of things you can engage with. If they're not required to beat the game, you don't have to engage with them. But like what you like might not be what someone else likes. Someone else might like this type of activity. Like someone might love the Divine Beast and be like, yeah, like that's the only reason I played Breath of the Wild and loved it. And while other people are like, I hated those things. All I cared about was going around in the world and seeing what I could do with the physics-based stuff. And then there are people who are like, all I cared about were the shrines, man. I just want to do all the shrines. I didn't even care if I beat the game. So it's just, finding what you want to do and to do it. And if it's not enjoyable, or we get to a point it's no longer enjoyable, just move on.
Yeah.
It's totally fine.
Love that.
Yeah.
Totally. I know. I feel a little bit this sentiment too, just because I really want them to go back to a little more tightly crafted stuff. I was saying it a couple weeks ago on the podcast. I'm just done with the Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Zelda universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm ready for a refresh. We're going on 9 years now. It's just it's tired for me. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would just add that I think some of the strategy also for Nintendo with doing this kind of thing is because in many cases these games like Donkey Kong and even Breath of the Wild and Kirby and stuff like that, they're trying to appeal to basically all ages, and I think this kind of thing has a lot of value for kids, especially kids in a lot of cases maybe under 10, under 8 years old, different ages, and when you design the games like this, it's making it constantly accessible in some way to different people. Sometimes you get to kids of different ages, they're not really looking for long-term progression goals and stuff like that. And also they just want to be able to have games that's sort of endlessly accessible to them. They're just, I'm playing Kirby and I'm doing this in Kirby, or I'm doing Bonanza and there's something immediately anywhere I do, I'm getting some level of satisfaction with what I'm interested and capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? And even with Zelda, I think it's the same way of depending how you want to approach it, it can be really appealing and it can have a real longevity, I think, to kids especially. So I think that's one of the reasons why it's really no matter what level you're at, you can really decide what level of completion and approach and aggression you're giving these games. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's why I disagree with the sheer density of collectibles and constant micro rewards. Feels less like intentional level design and more put everything everywhere. I feel my favorite parts of Mario are the end game, when you can do the challenging levels, and that is deliberate game design.
Oh, we were talking about that in DK too.
I love that stuff. Yeah,
I did those since we talked Damiani. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they flood you with the dopamine for the base game, but then post credits usually is hey, really deliberate, thoughtful, challenging levels. Love that.
Yeah, the one thing that really gets me with, like I said, with the two Zelda games, I never get tired of them, and I could keep going over and over. But what bums me out is that they do have some really cool stuff, cinematic wise, story wise, and like scenario wise, like towards the end.
Yeah.
And I feel like
So I've
because
heard.
those games are so huge, and like something like somebody will get burned out before they're like, no, you didn't see that part.
know,
It's like, oh,
Yeah.
like how the crap did they do this on a Switch? Kind of moments.
Keeping the narrative urgency and stakes in an open world game.
Yeah,
Tough task.
yeah.
All right. By the way, before we get to this week's bets, Easy Allies patrons are getting 2 bonus love and respect questions, including some technical pet peeves. So if you want to get in on that extended cut, consider going to patreon.com/easyallies and chipping in anything you can. $5 though will get you a ad-free version of the podcast and 2 days early. You'll get into our official Discord, and you can submit questions to Love and Respect. So whatever you can do to help us out, we need your questions and support. So thank you. And if you really want to help us out, you can join one of our producer tiers. Our platinum producers get a shout out on this podcast each and every week. This month's shout outs go to the legends Jabboabs and El Thanis. Shout out. Now let's go to Patreon for those bonus questions. Patreon.com/easyallies. It is time for bets. We will be doing a special Gamescom episode next week, so we will not be checking in on bets. But when we record on the 28th, we will see the answer to this bet, which is how many people will be watching Gears of War Reloaded on Twitch on the 28th. The game comes out on the 26th. 2 days later, Gears of War, a seminal masterpiece, an iconic, legendary game. Damiani, the Arrogant Child. How many people are watching it on Twitch?
I'm gonna go with 21,000.
21.
The Wicked Worm, Daniel Bloodworth.
I went with 15,000.
Isla is not
We've got it though.
here, but we have it.
Yep, she sent it to us before she left. 12,000.
Punish Castellanos Don.
I went with 8.6 thousand.
8.6.
Strange Valentine Gabby.
10 G's.
10.
And the Fancy Stars member me. I went so low. Holy moly. I went 6,145.
So you got the low. Nice.
Got the low. I'll take the low. Last week's bet. Dragon Drive is out now. Holy moly. What is the word?
Not good. It's like a
Really?
63 Metacritic, yeah.
Ooh, harsh. It's the 3-on-3 wheelchair basketball game for Switch 2. So last week, Bloodworth asked how many times we would actually see the ball go into the basket during the launch trailer, or the most recent trailer. I was out, so I didn't get to vote. Damiani said 5, Bloodworth said 6, Isla said 12, Don said 7, Gabby said 8. Look at that, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. There was no launch trailer. The latest trailer is the overview trailer, which is 7.5 minutes long. Not as many as you might think. A lot of time explaining controls and mechanics, but really stepped up the pace when they were going through dunks and trick shots, bringing the actual answer to 23. So Isla gets the point.
Yeah.
Nice. Bringing the scores to Don, Punish Castellanos, 10.
Dispatch.
Right behind that, the Wicked Worm Bloodworth with 6. And Isla getting that point, bringing her into third with 5.
Yep.
Whimsical Scum.
She and Don split the score last week.
Nice. Alrighty, Gamescom is coming.
Oh, I didn't rewrite that, but
Gamescom is coming, and we are going for so long, dude. I don't remember going that long last year.
it was about the same.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy. Blood and I will be there. So heads up, our schedule this week will be a little different.
I think you went in later and then left later.
Got it.
Yeah.
Crazy. So the schedule will be a little different. we will not be recording the podcast on Thursday and doing the usual early access. Instead, that Sunday, are going to record a special episode going over some of our Gamescom highlights. That'll be hyped.
Yeah.
And we'll get that out to everyone as soon as possible. During the week, though, we do have several videos that we've pre-shot. So we've already got some content waiting in the wings.
Yep. We got some that we've shot, some we're going to shoot right after this. Yep.
So be on the lookout for some Gamescom previews as well as impressions of a couple new games coming out next week. Also, we'll be doing a Gamescom meetup if you're in town. That'll be Thursday night after the show. Thursday night. 1 week from today. We'll meet at the top of the steps by the cathedral. It's where we met last time. I'm guessing we'll likely get there around 8:30 p.m. and we'll head over to some local eatery to get some food and drink.
Yep.
Emphasis on the drink. Alrighty. Excited to see any and all of you there. That'll be jolly. Closing.
We don't have Isla, so figure out who you
wants
want
to
do
close it
what.
down.
Oh, I got a neat way of doing this.
Do it.
All right. I'd like to take this opportunity. You heard it at the top of the show. Tomorrow, if I'm not wrong, is Huber's birthday. Yes?
3 days away.
You are
3
wrong.
days away. Okay, I'm wrong. So right around the corner is Huber's birthday before the next podcast, surely. So I'd like to take this opportunity to say, Michael Huber, you are special, okay? You are a video game juggernaut, a movie and entertainment aficionado, and you are a wonderful human with a heart of gold. Michael Huber,
man.
on behalf of the entire Easy Allies community, all of your colleagues, and everyone around the world that you have no idea that you have an effect on, because your positivity and energy has ripples, my friend, across this globe that we can never calculate the full value of, okay? We want to say we love you. Happy birthday, Huber. You are the best, my friend,
I
okay?
love all of you. You all are the best too.
Oh, man.
my
So,
love and
yeah.
respect back at all of you.
Hell yes, Huber. So I'm now going to hand it to you and say you get the final word after that and give us a sign off, baby, as only you can.
All right, final word. It's been a good year for quality for video games, I feel like. There's been a lot of good quality video games, from RPGs to Souls-likes to multiplayer stuff to remasters and remakes, and just a little bit for everyone. Shout out to Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. That's like number one thing on my mind right now. So shout out. And yeah, love and respect to you all. And if there's any birthdays coming up on your end, happy birthday to all of you. I am not feeling like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle blood. I am feeling like a balloon.